Football.
Okay, big boy.
This is
Here we
Mount
go.
Union football. Now let's take you live to the stadium and our AM 1310 WDPN broadcast team.
And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Carroll Stadium on the campus of the University of Mount Union here in Alliance, Ohio, the home of the mighty Mount Union Purple Raiders. Today, it's the home opener for 2024 as Jeff Dart's Purple Raiders take on the rivals for the last time, possibly, the John Carroll Blue Streaks. Hi, everybody. Sam Berkman, joined by my partner, the pride of Akron Firestone High School, John Bazika, with me today here in the Dom Capers press box. 87 degrees at kickoff here this afternoon. John, it's almost a shame these two teams meet this early in the season. There's not that patented magical buildup to the end of the year as we go into the postseason, but it is what it is. John Carroll is picking up their belongings and leaving the OAC. Mount Union is here at home. It's the home opener. They won their first game down in Ferrum, a game you presided over. What do we see here this afternoon? John Carroll, Mount Union for the final time under the OAC umbrella.
You know, I really think Mount Union's going to come in with a lot to play for today. Obviously, they've disliked John Carroll for quite some time. Mount Union was good in that first game down at Ferrum. 55-6 win. Did some nice things. I thought the biggest note that I took away from it was that you replace a guy as good as Braxton Plunk, and in steps Noah Boudry, and he's as good as possible. 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, plus he rushed for a handful as well. You mix that with the fact that the defense is always so strong. They have an outstanding linebacker. Rossi Moore, arguably the best defensive player, I would say, in all of Division III football. He's a preseason All-American. He missed some time in that game, Sam, because he got thrown out in the second quarter for a phantom targeting call. And I'll tell you what, he still finished the game leader in tackles. He still made up for it at the end of the night. The biggest question for me coming into this game is how good is Wisconsin Whitewater, and how good of a test did that actually give John Carroll? And I think this is going to give us a nice barometer of where Mount Union sits as well, because of what Whitewater did to JCU in the first game, winning 34-7. Those are some of the things I'm going to be looking at.
That's a great point. You know, John Carroll has opened up with some heavy hitters the last couple of years. Mount Defiance a couple of years ago, Ferrum this year, Earlham a couple of years before that. So you wonder, you know, teams usually make that big jump between their first and second game. Obviously, with a bye thrown in, you get a little extra time to work on some things. So I'm anxious to see how this thing starts early between John Carroll and the University of Mount Union. It is a very warm Saturday here in the Carnation City. Again, 87 degrees our temperature. We might get close to 90 by the time this one is over. The crowd is still filing in. Hundreds, if not maybe 1,000 or so, still out in the parking lots. Students making their way over from the dormitories. It could be a packed house here today by the time we get things started. John Carroll is on the field. The Raiders are about to enter. We'll take a break and come back with more on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live at Q92radiosports.com.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. There are several ways to ride SARTA. Pay your fare the way you want. Use our Easy Fare app to get your ticket on the go. Tap to pay with SARTA Score and Touchdown cards. You can even pay with exact change in cash. The price is right, and you can purchase at any of our transit centers. Tickets start as low as $1.50 per ride, or you can get a 30-day pass for $45. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
Purple Raiders on the field here at Larry Karras Stadium. Boy, John, on a hot day, they're going with the all-black unis today. Black jerseys, black pants, black helmets, white numbers and letters with the white and purple and black trim. John Carroll in their traditional road unis today. White jerseys, gold pants, the very sleek gold helmets with the navy numbers and letters with the gold and white trim.
Our friend Jeff Shreve, who's doing, of course, the play-by-play today on TV, when John Carroll entered the stadium, he said, "Here come the Irish," because they look almost identical to Notre Dame, if you know the away uniform for the Fighting Irish, at least when they wear the traditional uniform that so many Notre Dame fans are used to, not the new whatever alteration of it that includes some gray color that every team seems to be going with.
Of course, our good friend Jeff Shreve actually on October 12th is going to be the PA announcer at Notre Dame Stadium as the Fighting Irish will be taking on Stanford that day. So good for Jeffrey. I know he'll do a great job calling that over in South Bend on October the 12th. Captains are getting ready to meet at midfield. 3 for the Raiders, 3 for the Blue Streaks of John Carroll. Our captains this year, Rossi Moore is 1, Marcus Jackson, and Tyler Echeverry.
Tyler Thimmons, Nathan Kovach, and Matt Rather, the captains out there for John Carroll ahead of this game. I was surprised that John Carroll was still ranked in the Division III poll.
Yeah, just squeezed in there at number 25. But yeah, you talk about non-conference openers, and usually if you're playing a team from Wisconsin, a la Whitewater, or a couple of the other schools there, you're going to get a pretty stern test. Now, we'll see how things play out. It was the first game of the season, but 34-7, and Whitewater is ranked number 3 now. Purple Raiders ranked number 4. Who knows? We may see those fine friends down the road here in 2024.
When's the last time that happened? Probably the Therese Scott year, I think might have been the last time that they played Whitewater.
Because it was almost every year.
It was.
They would play for the title, and it always seemed to be at Salem. Of course, they've moved away from that venue for the most part, and they're taking it around the country, although I think it is down there this year.
No, I think it's in Texas.
Is it Texas this year?
Yeah,
then it goes to Salem.
It's coming to Canton.
Then it comes back here to Canton.
I'm excited for that.
So it was in Canton a couple of years ago. And
do you want to drive to Texas or me? Or are we going to split that trip up?
Well, I had to go down to Texas to do the Mount Mary Hardin Baylor game years ago.
Did you fly?
And I flew. Now, I won't tell you the route or how many planes I had to get on, but I did fly, made it, and got home.
Obviously, John Carroll going to receive to start. Really going to be interested to see the tone that Mount Union's defense sets to begin the game. Last time against Ferrum in week 1, they allowed Ferrum to drive between the 20s in the first half. John Carroll a little bit step above of where Ferrum is, so we'll see how Mount Union begins the game off defensively.
So the Purple Raiders and the All Blacks today, head to toe. Yvonne Merrick has it teed up at the 35-yard line. No wind today, which is really unusual at Mount Union Stadium, and we're underway for the final time. The Raiders and the Blue Streaks. That kickoff goes 4 yards deep into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. And our first opportunity to see the John Carroll Blue Streaks on offense. They'll take over 1st and 10. Quarterback, Nick Semptenfelter. Grad, 6'1", 220. Out of Columbia, Maryland. Your running backs today will be Evan McVeigh. It seems like he's been there forever, the young man out of Aurora. Your tight end, Kenneth Rawls. Wide receivers, Tyron Montgomery. Tyler Mintz, who's been there for a while, out of Kinston. And Dorian Fasson Jr. out of Buffalo will get you the starting offensive line after this play. Streaks 1st and 10. I'll operate on the left hash at their own 25-yard line. Septenfelder in the gun. Twins right, slot left. Single back to the right side. Throw left side, caught 30, 34, 35, 36, and maybe out close to the 37-yard line. So right away they go with a quick shot to the left, and it is a first down. Blue Streaks just crossing the 35 out to the 36-yard line. So, John, the Blue Streaks, over the years, they've been a really balanced football team. Offense, run, throw, deep throws, short throws, underneath, draw plays. They can do it all. Quick motion left, and that looked like a complete disaster from the blow of the whistle. The Purple Raiders converge and bring the Blue Streak carrier down back at the 29-yard line. I don't see a penalty flag on the play, but it certainly looked like there was a misstep there by the Blue Streaks on offense.
Yeah, John Klump, the middle linebacker in there, did a nice job of filling that hole. I think the center snapped the ball on the wrong count, it seemed. Loss of 6, and obviously not the position that John Carroll wants to be in. First pass to Tyler Mintz was a nice one on the left sideline.
That's going to be your slot to the right this time, fastened to the boundary side. John Carroll second down and long. Little cross caught across the 30, 35, 36-yard line. Dorian Fasten Jr. out of Buffalo, New York, the sophomore, gets a little bit of that yardage back. Looking at the Purple Raiders on defense today, loaded. You will recognize a lot of the names. Caleb Brown, Garrett Kramer, Von Factor, Rossi Moore, Marcus Jackson, John Klump, who John just mentioned, Weston Arthur, Johnny Rowland to the safety spot with Brandon Yassins, your cornerbacks, Tony Cook, and the Deuce Parker. A lot of different changed numbers this year, too, for some of the players from Mount that have been here for several years. Got to get used to that as well. Septenfelder back to throw. He's got a day and a half. Now he's going to roll to the left, tuck it. He's going to go 35. Got a block at the 39, and he's taken down at the 39-yard line. Nice open field tackle for the Raiders. Jazz Jackson, former Wadsworth Grizzly, on the tackle.
Yeah, ran to the field there. Ball was on the right hash. Obviously had all that space over there, but two things. Mount Union's coverage down the field, excellent. Nothing was open on the play for Septenfelter. And then you add to that the fact, a couple of really nice open field tackles on that drive. And the one there by Jazz Jackson ending things. We'll get our first look at Mount offensively now.
Owen Shuckert in punt formation, the junior out of Brooklyn Heights. He should hit this in around his 30-yard line. There's the boot. High. Spiral. It does not turn over. It will take a little bit of a hop inside the 30, and the Blue Streaks will down it at the Purple Raider 26-yard line. Our first opportunity to check out Mount Union on offense today. Noah Boudry, the junior out of Monroe, Michigan, will be your starting quarterback. Had a terrific opening season game in that win against Ferrum a couple of weeks ago. Tyler Echeverry out of Naples, Florida, one of your running backs today. You will see Darnell Williams as well. Drew Sims will be your tight end, 6'4" senior out of Fort Wayne. Wide receivers, Nicky Turner, Tyrell Sanders, who switched numbers, Jerry Cooper, who switched numbers. Across the line, Cange, Kennedy, Fortner, Burgess, and Big Ben Lilly. Raiders 1st and 10. There's a little handoff to Tyler Echeverry, picking his way across the 25 to the 30. Echeverry squirms his way out to the 31-yard line for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, nice counter play right there, just simply running over Ben Lilly. They'll do that a lot. The preseason All-American at right tackle, he's a big one, and a nice 1-2 run behind.
Tyler Echeverry named the nominee for the 2024 All-State American Football Coaches Association Good Works Team. We'll tell you about that coming up after this play. Boudry back to throw. 4-man rush. Noah steps up, fires, caught at the 38-yard line, twisting, and progress will be stopped at the 40-yard line. That's good enough for a Purple Raider first down. Jerry Cooper out of Fort Myers, Florida with a catch, and they'll move the sticks for the Purple Raiders.
Really like that. They had Radford running deep on the post over the middle of the field, and obviously Cooper cut off about 10 yards down the field left, and Boudry did a nice job finding him in that open spot in the zone there.
Talking about Tyler Echeverry, volunteered at local churches. He sets up toy and book drives, helped the National Marrow Donor Program in the offseason. Does a lot of great things. Speaking of, Tyler Echeverry, a little counterplay across the 41, down at the 41-yard line. Blue Streaks all over it there, 92. Tommy Wazinski out of Cleveland St. Ignatius High School on the tackle.
They pretty good at football?
Well, they're going through a transition right now. They took their lumps last night. Hoban with I think it was 41-14 over St. Ignatius.
Yeah, not the Chuck Kyle Wildcats that we knew.
They're going through a little transition now up in Cleveland. Purple Raiders 2nd and 10. They'll scrimmage from their own 42-yard line. Motion to the boundary. Boudry will fake it. He'll throw it. It's caught. 50 to the John Carroll 45 to the 40, 35 to the 30-yard line. Oh, Tyrell Sanders, Mr. Sports Center top 10 from a couple of weeks ago with a catch and run on a first down.
Yeah, that catch he made 2 weeks ago at Ferrum, an incredible catch over a defender, Randy Moss-esque on the right sideline, simply took it off of the helmet of the defender from Ferrum, and there shows what he can do in the open field when he gets that little crossing pattern. Nice play fake as well to sell that.
Raiders looking strong. 1st and 10 at the John Carroll 32-yard line. Boudry, play action. He's rolling left, wide side. Go Noah. He's at the 30. Curls up, goes down at the 27-yard line. Still picked up 5 yards on the play.
I thought last year that Braxton Plunk was so flashy a lot of the time, whereas Noah Boudry more of a, I guess, lunch pail, hard hat kind of quarterback. Not going to surprise you and flash you, but he's going to make the right decision. And kind of a number of guys like that in a long line of quarterbacks that Mount has had like that.
And that's just it's the kind of QB they have looked for and gotten the last several decades here. It just works for them. Boudry, fake pitch, right, comes back left, got a block by Lilly, and Boudry is going to be taken down at the 22-yard line. That's enough for another Mount Union first down. I like the play there, John. A little fake quick pitch right. He comes back on a little counter. Lilly threw a nice little block and a first down.
Yeah, you pull that tackle up in there, obviously, as we said, the preseason All-American, and really nice to follow behind him. So far, that front five for Mount Union really seems to be winning the day. Front four for John Carroll struggling to get anything. Mount Union with at least 2 or 3 yards of push every time.
Sanders left, Twins right. They'll break out of it. Motion Cooper coming this way. Boudry play action to throw. Knew was in trouble. Now he's going to throw it. Little back fade and complete about a couple of yards into the end zone. That's kind of, I don't want to say no man's land, but there were 4 bodies back there, 2 from John Carroll, 2 from Mount, and the ball kind of fell in between all 4 of them, and really nobody turned around to see where that ball was. It'll be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it was in between where Echeverry was that was running the wheel out of the backfield, and then obviously the post corner being run there by Radford, and smart by Boudry. He knew where his open spot was and got rid of the football in a good way.
So the Purple Raiders now, second down and 10 at the John Carroll 22. Oh, play action. Boudry's going to keep it inside the 15 to the 13 to the 12-yard line. And did Tyler Echeverry get a smack by Garrett Sparks out of Holy Name High School? But only problem was Tyler Echeverry didn't have the ball. It was Boudry. And Noah picked up a first down for the Purple Raiders, I think, or are they just short?
Does that tell you who they're keying on? I think it is a first down gain of almost 10. Maybe it is third down.
Quick pass, right side caught. Cooper 10, Cooper 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Union.
A little screen out there, right? Followed his blocker the rest of the way, and simple play. 13 yards, touchdown, and that's a great way to open the game if you're Mount Union. They made that look easy on that drive. So well contained, and it was the big tight end, Drew Sims, through that kind of closeout block there on the right side, Sam. Really, really nice football play.
Great play action. Cooper did it, and he did the rest. 6-0 Raiders with 7:53 to go here in the opening quarter of play. What a statement drive by Jeff Dart's Purple Raiders. Yvonne Merrick on for the PAT. Snap spot. His kick is up. It's good. We'll take a timeout from Alliance. 7:53 to go in the opening quarter of play. Good start for the good guys. Mount Union 7, John Carroll nothing. You're listening to Purple Raider Football on 1310 WDPN.
For over 80 years, Bonford Glass has been the expert when it comes to glass. You can count on the professionals at Bonford's for the latest techniques in glass repair, like the Aegis windshield repair system. The Aegis system can repair small chips in your windshield before they grow into big headaches. This revolutionary process takes less than an hour and can easily restore your windshield to its original strength. In fact, the Aegis windshield repair system is so effective that most insurance companies will waive the deductible and cover the entire amount of the repair, saving you and your insurance company up to 80% of the cost of a windshield replacement. The Aegis windshield repair system, just one of the expert repairs from Bonford Glass. They'll help you save money and make your windshield safer. Bonford Glass. Call 330-823-0450 or stop by at 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
Back at Mount Union, easy pickings. Big John, 7-0 Mount Union.
Yeah, really nice drive there for the Purple Raiders to start out the game and go right down the field, and was a 9-play, 75-yard drive, and ended with the Boudry pass to Jerry Cooper.
What you call an opening drive, punch in the mouth. John Carroll returned 15, 20, a little bit of room, 25, 30, 31-yard line. So a nice return by Tyler Mintz. The former Kenston Bomber, John Carroll, will take over first and 10. Down in Columbus, Ohio State leads Marshall 28-7 late in the first half.
Thunder ain't heard giving them all they can.
Florida over Mississippi State at the half, 28-14.
When was the last time Florida was actually like really good?
Wow, they're struggling. I
go back
got to
to the
imagine Billy Napier's probably on borrowed time.
Urban Meyer years, probably. Tebow.
Yeah, I would say that. Scheftenfelder back to throw. He's going to step up in the pocket. The quarterback going to run 30, 31-yard line. That is it.
Von Factor, the tackle there in the open field. He was really good week 1. Had 3 tackles for loss. One of the leaders on the team in that category. And I know last year it was Duke Hill and some of the guys up there up front. And this year Von Factor kind of being the anchor of that defensive line, if you will.
Big Duke. Boy, it's odd to look out there and not see big number 0 over the nose. 2nd down and 9, JC. Pass caught. Mintz in the flat. 25, 30, 35, 40. Mintz off the races. 50, 45, 40. Mintz to the Purple Raider 30. Mintz to the 20. Better get him. They got him at the 7-yard line. That's a big-time play. Scheftenfelder to Tyler Mintz. And it is 1st and goal, John Carroll.
John Rowland and Manny Curtis eventually chase him down, the 2 DBs. But I'll tell you what, Sam, so far Tyler Mintz seems to be the playmaker that John Carroll has. They found a number of ways to get him involved. He was the one who had the nice reception on the first drive, and already in the game, 3 key receptions and working his way towards the 100-yard mark already here in the first quarter.
So the Purple Raiders now backs against the wall defensively. 6:20, clock runs in the opening quarter. Purple Raiders on top 7-0, but here come the Blue Streaks. First to goal at the Raider 5. Scheftenfelder ball fake. He's going to go back to throw. He looks. He fires back in the end zone. Touchdown. No, incomplete. They're going to say he was out of bounds. They're going to say the wide receiver, Tyler Montgomery, out of Woodlands, Texas, did not get that 1 foot in. Let's take a look and see how close it was.
Yeah, the left foot was in, I'm pretty sure, Sam, but then it was the right foot. Not a great camera angle there,
Good
but
call.
Left foot
Good
in,
call.
right foot out, just on that line, on the chalk line, if you will. I know it's paint, whatever you want to call it. If you're John Carroll, this would be big to punch this in. After Mountain Union comes down and punches you in the mouth with a 9-play, 75-yard drive, this would be a big response.
Single back, tailback, and up, ended at the point of attack.
About the play by Brandon.
Nice play.
Safety flew in there through the gap, and
Quincy Newsom had nowhere to go for John Carroll.
He had 2 tight ends in there, too. He had Tansufik as well as another tight end in their left. 2 guys to run behind, and neither of them did a good job of getting off the football.
Nope, you're not going to see that here because Mr. Mintz is back in along with Tyler Montgomery. The 2 tight ends have come out, and now they're going to try to spread the Purple Raiders out here defensively. 3rd and goal now from the Purple Raider 5. Scheftenfelder in the shotgun, back to throw. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to look. He's going to throw. Got a man wide open. Touchdown, John Carroll. And look who it is, Evan McVay.
I don't know how you don't notice the running back coming out of the backfield. He was on the right hip there of Scheftenfelder, and he just kind of ran a delayed wheel into the end zone, and nobody, probably the linebacker's job to pick him up, Sam, and nobody picked him up, and he was the loneliest man in Alliance.
There was nobody there as Evan McVay just waiting for the ball to fall into his hands for the John Carroll touchdown. Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Colin Schuler bangs it home, and we've got a brand-new ball game here in Alliance. How about that? 5:21 to go in the opening quarter of play. 7-7 score. Purple Raiders and Blue Streaks on 13-10.
Hey, man, good to see you. What brings you out here today? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new kitchen cabinets, countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson's Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard plumbing registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park, or visit them online at robertsonkitchenandbath.com, where amazing meets affordable.
Back at John Carroll. Back at Mount Union, 7-7 is our score of the Raiders and Blue Streaks on 1310. Also streaming live at Q92radiosports.com, the Q92 Facebook page as well. You can always check that out.
5-play, 69-yard drive, and ended with the 5-yard touchdown pass from Septenfelter to McVeigh, right side of the end zone. See how Mount Union responds. Got a ball game.
Yeah, hey. Good way to break in the home season here. Purple Raiders coming off that win against Ferrum a couple of weeks ago. It seems like it's been a month since they played. Here's the kickoff, and up into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Little dicey there, Sean Thomas, the freshman.
He ran really well late in the game. Now I know that it was garbage time at the end of the game, if you will, but he took some carries late in the fourth quarter against Ferrum, and I know that there's always a stable of players that Coach Dart, the Karrases, whoever's been at the helm has had, and I'll tell you what, when he gets the chance, he's only a freshman, but when he gets the chance, Lima Central Catholic kid, he's going to be a good one. If he doesn't enter the portal or something.
Oh, no, the P word.
First reference today.
First reference, the portal at 5:20. Mark that down, ladies and gentlemen. 7-7 Purple Raiders mount 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. John Carroll jumping around at the line of scrimmage. Boudry looks downfield. Nobody there. Now he's going to take it and go, and Boudry's going to be stood up and taken down. He went down with a fight. He got a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. A host, and I mean a host of Blue Streaks on the tackle, led by Tyler Timmons out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Bethel Park High School.
I actually don't know that was a pass because he looked left and he had Radford and Sanders on the left side of the field, but it's almost as if Darnell Williams, who was in the backfield with him, just kind of filled up in there as an extra blocker.
So the Purple Raiders now 2nd and 8. They'll scrimmage on the right hash at their own 27-yard line. Motion back to the tight end side. Here comes a delayed blitz. Pass caught. Darnell's got it. 20, 25, 30. Williams across the 30. He'll be run out of bounds at the 30. Give us a good spot here. 32-yard line.
Yeah, it's kind of an isolation play there. Get the ball out in the flat to Darnell Williams. He was the all-purpose yardage leader in week 1 and kind of showed you what he can do in the open field there. He returned a lot of kickoffs, caught some passes, ran a bit. He's a good one this year for Coach Dart. They got to find more ways to get him the ball.
Agreed. He's got a second gear if he gets the opportunity. Darnell, tailback this time. Fake handoff. Boudry's going to be snowed under and taken down in the backfield. Boy, they were coming with abandon. Kenny Broblisek, the junior linebacker, nobody laid a hand on him. And Noah Boudry had nowhere to hide, and he was taken down for a big loss all the way back to the Raider 23-yard line.
Yeah, Sam. Sims was the tight end as a wing right side. He's supposed to come across and seal that left edge to give Boudry time to look downfield, and he completely whiffed on his block and looked at the rest of his offensive line and said, which one of you was supposed to cover? And they said, Drew, it was you. And, of course, Boudry was left on the big loss of 10-plus yards.
So Mike Franklin back to punt it away for the Raiders, and look out. Tyler Mintz is back deep for the Blue Streaks at his 30-yard line. There's the boot by Franklin. High end over end. Nice kick. Mintz makes the fair catch. John Carroll at their own 30-yard line. 3:19 in the opening quarter of play. Purple Raiders and the Blue Streaks are tied at 7. A couple of other college football scores. Holy Dabo. Clemson 45, NC State 7. That's at half. West Virginia over Kansas 14-7. Early in the third, Maryland leads Villanova 24-zip. Cincinnati shutting out Houston 24-0 early in the third. And Kentucky 17-0 over Ohio. That's in the second quarter of play.
No, Kent State was on the road today going to Happy Valley.
Oof. And I think Akron's down at South Carolina.
Yeah, don't say that too loud.
Oh. There's a handoff coming around the right side. 30, tailback 35, upended at the 40. Very close to a first down.
Nemo Jenkins
at Braden River High School in Bradenton, Florida.
How do they get a kid from Bradenton, Florida? I've always wondered that about Mount Union. How do you get a kid from that far in the south to come up to University Heights or Alliance?
There is a pipeline. Mount's got their pipeline. It's the Boca Miramar area down there.
I wish I had a pipeline to travel down there.
And they just are able to get the kids. and some good ones. First and 10, John Carroll, pass out of the flat, caught 40, 45, close to the 47. Jenkins again.
Sam, you and I were saying before the game, this, for all intents and purposes, the last meeting in football for these two for a while. John Carroll looks like they're trying to prove something right now.
Quarterback keeper, and that's going to be enough for a John Carroll first down to the Purple Raider 49-yard line. Coming up on 2:10 in the first quarter, it's a 7-7 score. Boy, the Mount Union student section, there's no more room there. They are line to line behind the end zone in front of the big scoreboard. They got the bleachers that are packed. Kids are standing around. Some of the Mount basketball teams got the pull-out chairs on the track. Down to our right, I see Christian Parker and our good buddy Colin Gurley, and some of the Raider basketball standouts are taking the ball game in today. Pass out here in the flat, caught again. That's Montgomery, 40 to the 35. First down. Johnny Rowland on the tackle for Mount Union.
Really soft.
John Carroll's moving the ball.
I would say really soft coverage. Nobody up there. He simply ran like a 5-yard out pattern, and Septenfelter, after struggling on that first drive, has really kind of clicked in here. And it's nothing downfield either, Sam. It's like simple 5-7 yard patterns, and he's just hitting them.
Intermediate stuff. Dorian Fasten's going to go wide to the right. Montgomery slot left, tight right, H-back. Septenfelder in the gun. First and 10, John Carroll. Play action. Septenfelder to throw. He looks. He throws up a wobbler in the end zone. It is tipped, almost caught and dropped incomplete. Tyron Montgomery almost caught it off the deflection by one of the Purple Raiders in the end zone. That was almost another touchdown for John Carroll.
Yeah, left Weston Arthur, the linebacker, going one-on-one in coverage out there with Montgomery, who's pretty fleet of foot. And give Arthur credit, did a nice job tipping the ball. But as you said, Montgomery almost caught it off of the tip.
Second down.
Should have probably been
John
6.
Carroll. I'm telling you. From the Purple Raider 35, we're tied at 7. First quarter here in Alliance. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika with you today. Good to be a part of your Saturday afternoon. Jenkins right up the middle over the right guard, squeezing his way just inside the Mount Union 30. We'll give him the 29-yard line. He will come out now, and Evan McVeigh, who caught the touchdown pass earlier, is back in for the Blue Streaks on this particular play. Jeff Bierman in his second year with John Carroll. Jeff Dart rolling along here. Year number 5 for Mount Union.
Mount Union must really respect John Carroll's speed because, as I said, corners and safeties really playing off the ball. Now they're going more press coverage here outright.
And McVeigh's going to line up in a wide left formation. Wide left, right, slot left. Septenfelder rolling back to his right, fires it into the end zone. Incomplete. Boy, that could have been a touchdown too. That ball was dropped by the wide receiver.
Well, Mount Union
Cardman.
Went man on the outside. They brought the house that time, Sam. It was Rossi Moore. He came untouched, really, right over the right guard, kind of through that C gap, and almost got to the quarterback. Give Septenfelter credit. You never want to see an All-American chasing you down, and that's the case that he had right there.
So wholesale substitutions now for John Carroll. Fasten is in. Montgomery comes in. Kenny Broblasek is in. What do the Blue Streaks have dialed up here on a 4th down? Flags are down. That pass just lofted deep down the left side, out of bounds, incomplete. What's the penalty going to be? John Carroll seems to believe it's on Mount Union. And Caleb Brown very slow to get up for the Raiders at around the 37-yard line.
Well, there's 2 flags. There's one thrown at about where the line of scrimmage is on the left sideline, and then one down further about 15 yards down the field.
Well,
and neither of those are in a good vicinity, and Coach Dart not exchanging pleasantries with the official.
Let's go down and pick up the call.
It's really nice of him to turn his microphone on there.
I'm gathering that this here is illegal substitution.
It would seem that way.
For Mount Union.
Yeah, too many guys on the field.
So that'll give John Carroll a first down.
It's a little bye week thing too, Sam. I mean, you haven't played in 2 weeks. I mean, John Carroll the same, but
Been that way for a while. I'm not sure quite I understand why they do that way, but
Yeah, I don't either.
that's the way that they do it. 1st and 10, John Carroll now. See if the Raiders can buckle down. Oh, a lot of motion and action here. Mintz on a little end around. Tyler 30, 25-20. Mintz is going to be taken down at the 20-yard line.
Manny Curtis, DB brought him down.
Manny out of Twinsburg, former Twinsburg Tiger. They'll bring him down at the 20-yard line. And just like that, the first quarter has come to an end here in Alliance. Good quarter of football on this Saturday afternoon. Crowd's loving it. 7-7. John Carroll and Mount Union. We'll take a break and come back on 1310 WDPN.
Hello, Purple Raider fans. Chuck Moore here, former Mount Union running back, four-time national champion, and 2001 Gallardi Trophy winner. Are you facing some major financial events, things like retirement, marriage, divorce, or selling a business? We at Markham Wealth understand, and we can help. Call 330-564-8590 or visit www.markhamwealth.com for a free consultation.
Neither tailored services nor the background of your financial professional should be construed as a guarantee of a particular outcome. Past performance does not guarantee future results. All investing comes with risk, including risk of loss. Markham Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Sam Berkwin, John Carroll.
Hi, I'm John Carroll.
Hi, John Carroll. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika with you here on 1310 WDPN, streaming live at Q92radiosports.com. Follow us at Q92 Sports and also live on the Q92 Facebook page.
Sam, story of the first quarter so far, Septenfelter, quarterback, the transfer from Division I Bucknell.
Oh, the Bison.
6 for 9 so far, 66% completion percentage, 107 yards, and a touchdown with a long of 63 on that little screenplay. Tyler Mintz been the guy to watch so far. 2 receptions we have him for 73 yards. He's been a tough one for Mount Union to follow, and you and I both looked at each other in the break there and said, we got a ball game.
Got a ball game. Yep. This is not Ferrum.
No.
John Carroll on the move right to left now, away from the scoreboard. Septenfelder back and throw. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown. Holy cow. Tyron Montgomery in the back of the end zone. Beautiful post route. Septenfelder hit him in stride. John Carroll 13-7.
You know, 2 things. We've been talking about the soft coverage that Mount Union has been playing. Seemed there they were up on the ball more, and Montgomery, I mean, he went 100%, beat his man middle of the end zone, and that's all on Septenfelter, too. What an unbelievable ball. 7 for 10 now. He's having a game, Sam.
Schuler on for the extra point. Snap spot kick up good. We'll keep it here. So 14:55 in the first half. John Carroll now in front. 14-7. I'm not a brain surgeon, but when you're throwing 70% completion percentage on the road in the first quarter plus against Mount Union, you're doing a pretty good job. Now, coming from the Division I level, probably game price slowed down for him a little bit, coming from Bucknell down to John Carroll. But, hey, he's the quarterback, and he's doing a terrific job, and Mount's going to have to make some defensive adjustments here, whether it's coverage, whether it's scheme, whether it's something.
Well, and after the first drive where it was just a 4-play 15-yard drive, a 5-play 69-yard drive that ended in a touchdown, and then 10-play 70-yard drive that ends in a touchdown. And they also had the penalty that aided them there as well. The too many men on the field.
The penalty, you're right.
For Mount Union. So Mount Union could have gotten themselves out of it, but 20-yard touchdown pass at the end, Montgomery, and it's been a lot of different guys, too, that Septenfelter has hooked up with. He hasn't focused in on one wide receiver, which is the more impressive part. Big possession coming up here.
So Owen Schuckert has it teed up at the 35. Boy, squib, high bounce, Purple Raider return, and trip and fall at the 27-yard line. I don't know anybody expected that kick there after the first one we saw earlier today. Matt Anderson out of Scottsdale fell on that ball. Thought he might try to get up and run it, but the carpet monster got him. And that's where the Raiders will set up shop 1st and 10. 14-7. John Carroll, 14:54 in the first half of play here in beautiful Alliance, Ohio. We have got a spirited, close, if not a full house It would be a full house if everybody who was standing was in a seat. Put it that way. Plus, there's a lot of just people standing around that don't have seats. And this is, no doubt, this is your top game in the country here today in Division III. Passing the flat, caught 20, 25, 30. Big hit at the 29-yard line. But hanging onto the ball was Sean Thomas out of LCC. Ooh, what a vicious hit at the end. I keep wanting to, Tyler Etcheverry wore 25 last year, and now he's wearing 0. Thomas is wearing 25. Thank you. Hand-delivered stats in the booth. Can't beat that with a stick.
Never get that in high school.
Today's game on 1310 brought to you in part by Sarda, by Bonford Glass, Robertson Heating, Markham Health, Vapor Station, and Papa Hieros. Hello, Steve Paxos. Hope you're doing well.
He is.
Who's Pete? Okay, here we go. Third down. Purple Raiders will scrimmage at their own 34-yard line. Wide left, right, slot left. Noah back to throw. Booty's in trouble. Fires over the middle. Caught at the 45-yard line of the 50. First down, Purple Raiders at the John Carroll 46-yard line. Give it to him. Tyrell Sanders.
I was just going to say coming into this drive, this is the type of position last year where if you have a Wayne Ruby out there, you throw him a deep ball. And this year, that's where they're going to have to learn who's going to be that threat. And I think it's Sanders this year.
Tyrell, he wore 85 a year ago, now wearing number 3. There's a handoff to Thomas. Sean across the John Carroll 45, down to the Blue Streak 44-yard line. Tackled by the Blue Streaks, Isaac Wilson out of Wauseon, Ohio. Good little football power in that neck of the woods.
A lot of good football out that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Purple Raiders and the Blue Streaks. It's a 14-7 game. Just under 13 to go in the first half here. Boudry throws it left side. Cooper caught it, fumbled it, popped up in the air. John Carroll's got it. At their own 43-yard line. The pass was intercepted. Garrett Sparks out of Brunswick, Parma Heights Holy Name. And oh boy, they're fired up on this side of the stadium as John Carroll will take over 1st and 10 in outstanding field position.
So that's a really concerning development for a couple of reasons. One, if you're Mount Union, after forcing John Carroll to punt on their first drive, you've shown an inability to stop them. In a game that is a 14-7 game here, Sam, could quickly become 21-7. And I don't know, Mount Union's only played one game, and it was against a team in Ferrum that I don't know that they're very good. So, I'll tell you what, John Carroll takes a 2-touchdown lead here. Mount Union's going to be behind the 8 ball in a big, big way.
Nick Seppenfelder in the shotgun for John Carroll, 14-7. Pistol formation now. Seppenfelder back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Got him! Von Factor back at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to have to be the adjustment, right? Getting pressure on him. He's 7 of 10 through the air so far, 127 yards. And who else can you expect to make that play, Sam, but Big Von Factor, the defensive end who had such a good game in week 1. Finally now, if you're Mount Union, you put John Carroll behind the sticks, something you haven't been able to do. How does John Carroll respond, though? They've seemed to be able to come up with a play every time, and you wonder if they can do the same here.
Well,
I don't see Mintz or Montgomery on the field either.
Mintz is out on this particular play, as is Montgomery. Motion near side, Seppenfelder, quick slant, caught, 45, 46, 47, maybe. Nope, 47-yard line. I hear a late whistle, and I see a flag way on the other side of the field at the 33-yard line. We'll see if our referee turns his mic on here to deliver the call. I think this is on John Carroll. I believe I hear a helicopter too, but I don't see it. Illegal shift on the Blue Streaks. That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
I heard that too. I don't know where that's at, though.
Yeah.
Last night, you and I both remarked we were both at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. We said we smelled something burning.
Yes.
We couldn't figure out what it was. It's never a fun feeling to just smell a burning thing.
I usually don't get too excited about anything anymore in life, but that particular scent of the burn, I thought, May have been equipment side. I was like, whoa, this is not good, but everything was fine. Pistol formation again. They're going to give it over the right side. McVeigh. Purple Raiders waiting on him, bring him down at the 33-yard line. Now let's see here if the Purple Raiders can make another stop and get off the field and get some momentum early in the second quarter. John Carroll with the lead, 14-7.
Well, they sub out the tight end package. They bring out of the game Connor Cohen, their big tight end, and they bring into the game Montgomery and Mintz, and they also have their other great wide receiver in Fasten out there. Those have been the three guys to watch, and McVeigh in the backfield. We'll see who they opt to go to here.
Keep your eyes on Montgomery down here. He's got one-on-one coverage. That's going to be McVeigh. Straight meat and potatoes run over the right guard tackle, slamming his way out to the 38-yard line is McVeigh.
I guess Coach Jeff Behrman saying we have a 14-7 lead on the road. We didn't think we'd be there. Let's not risk turning the ball over and give it to our sure-handed tailback.
Played it close to the vest there. That'll set up a punt formation now. Ohio State 28, Marshall 14 at the half down in Columbus. Guardians at 7-15 against the Cardinals tonight. A Cleveland win, and it's the Central Division. There's the boot. Doesn't turn over. High spiral. Purple Raider fair catch at the 21-yard line.
It's Tyler May swearing a different number again.
I don't even have an 80 on my
Tyler
roster.
May. He did that to me last time, and I had to look at like the 16th roster that I had. You know, the one with like 12 numbers of each guy on it.
So Tyler May wearing 80. Yeah, my chart goes from 76 to 81.
Don't you love that?
No. So how was Ferrum?
Oh, the Blue Ridge Mountains.
That's a place that I have not. I've been to Virginia, through Virginia several times, but never down in that neck of the woods.
I'll tell you about the drive here in a minute.
Sounds good. Purple Raiders now 1st and 10 at their own 22. 10-18 of the first half. John Carroll up 14-7. Boudry to throw. Noah going deep over the middle. Got a man. Couldn't get there. Almost on the post. Nicky Turner couldn't quite catch it. Incomplete. I think we'll come back to that play later and try it again. That could have been 6.
Yeah, finally broke past that John Carroll secondary that's been so good so far. And the first deep shot that Mount Union has taken too, and it showed off that they have the speed to beat them deep, which is nice.
Trey Radford in the trips package to the left. Tyrell Sanders down here to the right. He's got one-on-one coverage with Huffnagel down here to the boundary. Quick pass out in the flat. Echeverry got it. Tyler 25, Tyler 28. Echeverry to the 29-yard line. Picks up 7 yards. We're officially under 10 to go in the first half. It's a 14-7 John Carroll lead. Good to be with you on this sun-splashed, very warm Saturday afternoon in Alliance, Ohio.
I really like that play there. They threw to the trip side where the field was, and 3 wide receivers blocked up in there. Nice job by Echeverry to follow them and get a nice gain.
Now a 3rd down and it looks like 3 to me. They're going to run it. First down, Purple Raiders to the 35-yard line. Echeverry bulldozing a couple of blue streaks. Finally, it was Bradley on the tackle out of Painesville Harvey, but not before the Raiders rack up another first down.
Last 20 minutes of the drive to Ferrum, it was all winding roads throughout the country in Virginia.
Was like in a scenic kind of?
Yeah.
Of course, that time of year you're not getting any fall foliage or anything. But
no, my dad and I had no idea which way the road was going. It's terrible.
I don't mean to laugh. There's Echeverry around the left side, 35, 40, 45, 50. There he goes. Tyler to the 40, to the blue streak, 30, 20. Goodbye. Touchdown. Purple Raiders, 65 yards. Tyler Echeverry. It's a 14-13 game. The Raiders are right back in it.
You knew the time was coming where eventually Tyler would break a long run. He was responsible for the first touchdown that Mount Union scored on the road at Ferrum, a similar run to that where they kind of ran the counter left, and you get Tyler Echeverry. He doesn't seem like a quick guy, but you get him into the open space, Sam, and he is really effective. Look at this, going for 2.
And they volleyball ball in the left corner of the end zone. Incomplete. They tried to hit
Merrick,
the kicker. I got to tell you, I got caught where our booth is here. There is I either have to lean way left or way right to see the PAT conversion. I was cut off from the muddle huddle part of the line formation, and before I know it, the ball, it's just coming out of nowhere into the corner of the end zone, and incomplete. Boy, curious there, but it's a 14-13 game, 8:54 to go here in the first half. John Carroll leads Mount Union. Okay, that was a tremendous drive. Back to the drive to Ferrum. What was that like, especially the last 20 miles or so?
Yeah, so I mean, you get through the Blacksburg area, so we got to go and stop. We went through Blacksburg, went right past where Virginia Tech plays. We actually ate at a Mexican place on the way back in Blacksburg, and it was really, really cool. And we drove past the stadium, but after Blacksburg, you end up on these country roads that just weave and wind all the way to Ferrum, and then you get there, and it's kind of tucked back in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It was a beautiful stadium. It was a huge home side, really small away side. It was a beautiful scenery. It's just driving 6 hours to go into a 55-6 game.
Do you have to go, like, because that's the same way you go to Salem?
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, you go through West Virginia, and then you end up in Virginia, and then eventually you get all the way down there.
Kickoff fumbled, picked up. Mintz 5-10. Mintz to the 15. Look out. To the 19, to the 20-yard line. Tyler Mintz. I see a flag down at the 9-yard line. This could be coming back.
And
hopefully that'll be the last trip to Ferrum.
And we left the night before. We left after the high school game that we did. So we were in Springfield watching Minerva in Springfield, and then drove 3 hours to Charleston, West Virginia, and then drove the other 3 the next morning and drove back to 6 that night.
Had a few of those. Never forget trip. Personal foul. Blocked below the waist on John Carroll. So that'll significantly back them up closer to the end zone. I remember the drive we made.
Is it Oshkosh probably?
Oh. I'm still frozen.
5-play, 79-yard drive, by the way, by Mount Union. 65-yard Tyler Echeverry touchdown run. Good to see him finally get involved in things and make a statement in the game. Really had done very little before that, and now Echeverry carried it 4 times for 79 yards and a touchdown.
So John Carroll, after the penalty, will go 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line. John Carroll, 14, Mount 13, 8:49 first half of play. Play action, Septenfelder going over the middle. Incomplete at the 25-yard line. In and out of the hands of Lamar Thomas. Probably a ball that should have been caught. Incomplete, second down.
Another nice throw there by Septenfelder.
Yeah.
Just throws a really, really nice ball. Had 2 guys in the pattern there. Had Mintz and Thomas, and looked Thomas's way. And now, as we've seen them do, they bring in basically a line change of guys that are going to be on the outside. Includes Montgomery and Fasten. Now they're going to try to spread things out. McVay in the backfield with him.
2nd and 10, John Carroll at their own 7. See if the Raiders bring a little blitz here. Won't matter. Carroll's going to run it. McVay stood up, and drilled at the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the Purple Raiders. Marcus Jackson, their number 10, preseason All-America, makes the tackle. Now, if you can pin them down here, make them punt out of their end zone, get good field position, maybe push one in here.
You know, it's weird. It's almost as if when John Carroll decided on the previous possession that they weren't going to throw on that 3rd and long, that the whole mentality of the game shifted. John Carroll was playing with such confidence, and now they almost seem to be kind of playing like down, and their heads are hanging just a little bit.
McVay, the tailback, Septenfelder in the gun, Mintz in motion, fake handoff, Septenfelder to throw, looks, fires, got a man, caught, first down. Ouch, you let him out of the hole. First down, John Carroll. Montgomery with the catch and a first down for the Blue Streaks.
He bobbled that ball along the sideline, too, and did a really nice job of 2 things. Finally brought it in after the bobble up to the 19, and then not just that, but tiptoed both feet in. Would have been a good catch on Sunday as well.
So the Raiders had him hemmed in, let him out. 1st and 10, Carroll at their own 19-yard line. 7:30 in the first half. 14-13 Blue Streaks over the Raiders. Mintz in motion. pistol formation now for John Carroll. There's the snap. There's the handoff. 20, 25, 28, 29-yard line. Let's see Newsom on the carry. Depends where they mark that ball. I think they're about an inch short of the first down.
Yeah, Newsom's a bigger, more broad-shouldered back than McVay. Flag down, too, far side of the field.
Oh, yeah, way over there. Penalty on John Carroll.
Looked like a legal motion, they said. Not sure I saw any of that, but we'll take it.
So, again, almost every play, John Carroll, they sub in 3 to 4 guys on every play.
Keeping fresh legs coming in, different looks.
On a warm day, probably not a bad idea. First and 15, Blue Streaks at their own 14. Fumble the ball, it's loose. I think John Carroll got it. They did at the 13-yard line. Holy Toledo. McVay fell on that football. That would have been a huge turnover.
Yeah, this deep in territory, put him in the red zone immediately, and still a great way behind the sticks, though, to get that Stratton Chevy first down. Had to help you at some point. I forgot until just now, too.
I've only got it written down here with exclamation points.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, Stratton Chevrolet.
We'll get there by the end of the year.
Yes, we will. Second down and 16, Blue Streaks. Backs are split now in the gun. Septenfelder, 3-step drop, throws it in the flat. McVay's got it. Oh, be careful over here. Rossi Moore with the tackle. Almost a late hit. Official kept the flag in his pocket and around the 17-yard line. 6:15 first half. John Carroll 14, Mount Union 13. Stick around. Halftime activities coming up. We'll be sending it back to the station. Get all the local and regional and national good stuff with our buddy Jeff Mears. Get the weather and a whole lot more coming up, so stick around.
You know, he settled in on McVay so quickly, but he had Fasten going down the seam on the left side of the field, and if he had waited for the play to develop, I'm sure that was one of those things where it's like you drop back, you look at your first read, and you just go with it, and you hope that McVay makes a play, but play could have developed into something else.
All right, we'll see if the Raiders can get off the field here now. John Carroll 3rd and 12 at their 17. Motion right side. Septenfelder back to throw. Little pop in the flat caught. McVay 20, 25, drilled at the 27-yard line. Factor on the stop. Is there another flag?
Yeah.
There is. There's another one. I think you're going to get 2 fouls on John Carroll. One right before the snap and one after the play had ended.
Did you see that, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
Coach Behrman just
sure did.
Pointed at Evan McVay and said, "You're going to the bench."
Sure did. Now he's going to come over and talk to him. Puts his hand on his knee with a little smile and says, "Hey, we don't do that.
And we don't say those mean words."
So the officials are huddling up. That's never a good sign. I think it's for Mount, it's just which penalty you want to accept here. And obviously you take the post-play foul.
Yeah, complete dead ball at that point.
Yep.
Play was long over.
6:02 in the first half. John Carroll 14, Mount Union 13. It's been a fun game here today in front of a packed house at the University of Mount Union, Larry Karras Stadium.
Thing is, do you decline both of them, though, Sam? Because then you automatically have fourth down.
And then you give them fourth down. Where's the line of scrimmage now?
Somewhere around the 25. They still haven't marked where the exact line of scrimmage is because they're...
So you back them up, 15 punt. Yeah, I might decline both here.
They're walking them off.
You know what? They're going to decline the procedure. They are going to accept the conduct penalty. So...
Loss of down, too, which doesn't seem to make sense. I guess maybe because it was the dead ball. Even Von Factor looking over to the bench and saying, wait, hold on a minute. Shouldn't that be third down still?
The fact that it's a dead ball, does it make it fourth?
I've never been
even
under
though
that
you accepted the penalty?
Yeah, I've never been under that impression because it's still happening as an extension of the previous play.
All right, so it's going to be, well, that worked out well for Mount Union.
They should get great field position here.
Owen Schuckert will be punting this ball just out of the corner or out of the shadow of his end zone. See if the Raiders bring a little heat. And now Mount Union just jumped off sides. So they were coming after. Oh, they called that on John Carroll. False start. That's it. Back him up some more. We still owe these guys after that horrific call in the OAC basketball championship game at John Carroll.
I say Mount Union basketball has been a victim of bad officiating 2 years in a row now. National championship a couple of years ago and at John Carroll last year.
Speaking of Mount basketball, Coach Mike Feuline here watching the game today. There's the punt, end over end. That baby's going way out of bounds. Mount Union may have the ball starting here at around the 20-yard line. Let's see.
See how kind this official is to them.
Oh, yeah. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. To the 25, where the Raiders will take over 1st and 10. That was an 18-yard punt.
You know, I've always wondered on that. It is truly just the best guess of the official where the ball went out.
Yeah,
they don't have some sort of like marker that shows them or I think he could have been even more liberal there on that spot. That ball appeared to go out closer to the 20 than the 25.
Yeah. All right, now 1st and 10, Purple Raiders. They've been handed a gift from the
shot
John
here.
Carroll 25. Cooper in motion to the left, twins left, slot right, back to throw Boudry. Noah steps up in the pocket. Get out of there, Noah. They got him at the John Carroll 33-yard line.
Yeah, 4 guys running downfield. Your 4 receivers.
Isaac Wilson got in there.
You had 4 guys. You had May, you had Cooper, you had Sanders, and you had Turner, and all of them were at the goal line, Sam, and none of them looked back to help their quarterback, and he was sandwiched in by really nice defensive front for John Carroll. And now Mount Union behind the sticks.
Michael Dorn, Isaac Wilson applied the pressure and the hit. Now the Raiders 2nd and 18 at the John Carroll 33-yard line. Cooper in motion, heads up field. It's going to be a delay to Darnell Williams, and Wilson got him again. At the 36-yard line. Boy, John right now mounts out of field goal range.
I was going to say, I don't really understand the concept of the play call there. I mean, you have a number of guys still in the box. John Carroll's been comfortable going man coverage on the outside. They only had 3 receivers in the pattern there.
So now we need a little home run here. What do you say? Raiders 3rd and 21 at the John Carroll 36-yard line. 14-13 Blue Streaks by 1. Second quarter, back to throw Boudry. Noah's got time.
Cooper
flushed out of the pocket. Noah's rolling left throws. Got a man caught. Turner at the John Carroll 22. Now, they are well short of the first down. And I am going to assume we are going to see a field goal attempt right now by the Purple Raiders.
Really unfortunate situation there. That pressure supplied by John Carroll. Boudry couldn't set his feet. He had Jerry Cooper wide open on the right numbers down on the 10-yard line, Sam. Had he found him, it would have been a walk-in 6.
Mountain may have gotten away with a couple of holds there, too.
Potentially.
Yvonne Merrick on for the field goal attempt. This will be a 38-yard attempt on the left hash to give the Raiders the lead. Good snap, good spot. Merrick's kick is up. Plenty of leg. It's up. It's good. So it is true from 38 yards. And we'll take a timeout. 3:26 to go with the first half. We seesaw at Mount Union. Purple Raiders 16. John Carroll 14. Back with more on 1310.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Sure, we're all about Stark County, but did you know we have express fixed routes to Akron and Cleveland? Just take Route 81, that's Akron, or Route 4 to Cleveland. Shop, eat, sightsee, catch a game, or visit that other Hall of Fame. We also take veterans to their Wade Park appointments for free. Plan your next trip to Akron or Cleveland, and SARTA will get you there. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
Sam Berkman, John Bazika back on 1310 WDPN, Q92radiosports.com, the Q92 Facebook page. Hope you're having a great Saturday. 87 degrees. Folks got their umbrellas out, trying to shield themselves from the sun a little bit. But we'll take this
Let's say the fact
over the nonsense we usually get November and December.
I would say the fact that the sun's not into the booth too is nice.
Well,
it's coming.
It's
coming.
It will be here. I used to have this down to a T. It'll be here at about 3:30. So look out. There's the kickoff. John Carroll return. Mintz picks it up at the 10 of the 15. Mintz twisting around, and they drilled him at the 16-yard line. Nice downfield tackle. Ethan Pike Jr. out of Naperville, Illinois. 45 was there for the Raiders, and I think he got a little help from Derek Bloom from Aurora, number 37.
Ryan Poundstone down there, too, other Spur linebacker helping out. Thought that the poor kick there by Merrick might throw off the timing of everything with guys running in their lanes, but Mount Union disciplined and knowing what to do. John Carroll, after on fire to start the game, Sam, they have slowed down offensively. One with a fumble and one with a punt as well. We'll see what they do here.
I think everybody's kind of settled in now here finally. Play action. Septenfelder's going to go with a deep out. Wide open. Mintz to the 37-yard line of the first down. Oh, they got 22 yards.
Yeah, you run fast and deep there down the left numbers and kind of clears out that space in the zone on that little post corner left. And really, really nice ball again by Septenfelder. Continues to throw that downfield ball nicely. And again, it's the guy who's been the problem, Tyler Mintz.
It's a Stratton Chevrolet first down.
There it is.
1st and 10, John Carroll. Baxter split. Oh, Rossi Moore was offsides. Dead play. They'll bring up 1st and 5. Today's game also brought to you in part by Harding Heating and Cooling, Doug's Classic 57 Diner, by Carnation Optical, and Grinders. Next Saturday, we will be at Finney Stadium in Berea.
Call false start, Sam.
Okay.
That's why Rossi came up to the line and was pointing. He was pointing at the left tackle there for John Carroll. I don't have the too deep like you do, but he was pointing at the left tackle and saying he moved before I did, which is why I started to come.
Nathan Kowach out of Dublin Jerome High School might have flinched there. And penalty on John Carroll. 1st and 15, streaks from their own 32-yard line. 16-14, Mount Union leads it. Septenfelder back to throw. He's going to run, and the Raiders will get him at the 35-yard line. An open field tackle, Kramer for the Purple Raiders.
Von Factor down and hurt now.
So that's a young man you really don't want to lose. He's up on his knees now, but it looks like he's grabbing his – hard to tell now. Looks like maybe he's grabbing his wrist. So a timeout is called with 2:16 to go in the first half. See what we can see on replay here. Yeah.
It's a left arm of some sort of injury there.
Maybe a stinger or something. So Factor up on his feet, walking off to the side. 16-14 Purple Raiders, 2:16 to go here in the first half.
So
Again,
far,
halftime activities coming up.
Sorry, Sam. So far, really even game so far. 9 first downs for John Carroll, 8 for Mount Union. Total yardage in the game, John Carroll 196, Mount Union 186. Well, teams have done it both ways as well so far. John Carroll struggled on the ground, though, so far. Just 26 yards compared to Mount Union's 84.
So the Blue Streaks now 2nd and 12 at their own 35-yard line. Raiders might want to blitz here, maybe. We'll see if they're coming. Septenfelder in the gun. Here they come. It's a throw right side, incomplete down at the Mount Union 40-yard line, trying to hit Tyron Montgomery. Raiders were bringing the heat.
Really been impressed with Weston Arthur. He's been left in an island out there as a linebacker to coverage. He did have help coming over the top from the safety and Jansen, but give Arthur credit chasing down Montgomery there, who's now fallen to the turf with what appears to be a classic cramp.
Yep. So stoppage in play with 2:01 to go. A reminder, next Saturday, John and I will be in Berea. Purple Raiders taking on Baldwin Wallace. That's a 2 o'clock kick, don't forget, next Saturday right here on 1310 and Q92radiosports.com.
Finney Stadium. George Finney
Stadium.
I don't know the story of George. We'll have to do some midweek research.
We'll do that.
I think it's Trussell Field,
Trussell
too.
Field,
Yeah.
They've done a decent job of upkeep with the old stadium. That's been there for a long time.
Didn't Louisville play like Fostoria there back in the day? Like I'm talking like Brian Beatty, like
Maybe.
those years.
Maybe.
Was that Chris Slip coach then? Yeah.
Because I know Lake played Fostoria in Maslin for a state championship.
Okay. Durbin?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Fostoria was loaded for about 4 years in a row. I mean,
They haven't done anything since.
No. Mints in motion. John Carroll 3rd and 12 at their own 35-yard line. Seppenfelder to throw again. Here comes the pressure. Uh-oh, wide open. 40, 50, to the 40, to the Mount 30, to the 27-yard line. Kenny Groblasek. I'm sorry, Kenneth Rawls, the tight end out of Nashville.
How do you just forget about the tight end?
My goodness, he was wide open. Just a little bit of a late release, and
yeah, he was the
away he
wing.
went.
He was the wing left side, delayed on that block, finally went at the last moment, and man, another example of just, you find a guy wide open and he makes a play after the catch.
And I'll tell you what, Rawls at 6'4", 230 pounds is an incredible target for his quarterback. Timeout with 1:52 though.
How about the first half now for Septenfelter, by the way? 12 for 17, completing 70% of his passes, 210 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Still at 70%.
On a Mount Union defense that I know it's only one game, but in the first game of the year, their passing defense gave up 54 yards, which was second in the NCAA top 50 and first in the OAC. Whereas John Carroll, on the other hand, gave up passing defense 153 yards in week 1. Things you don't have on your bingo card.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. 16-14 the score. Mount Union with 1:52 to go in the first half. Again, stick around. Halftime activities are coming up. Big second half to come your way. The number 4 Raiders, the number 25 Blue Streaks. The final time these teams will meet under the OAC umbrella. Could they meet in the playoffs down the road? Sure. But we'll dive into that as we go. But kind of an unfortunate situation all the way around. Septenfelder play action. He's going to throw it deep right side. Got a man open. Incomplete at the 12-yard line. Raiders made a break there. Minutes.
Yeah, they had 2 wide receivers to that side of the field. They had Hardiman and they had Mintz, and Mintz was the motion man. He came in, and then he kind of ran that, I guess, curling route towards the sideline, like a corners route, if you will. And it was a really nice throw again by Septenfelter, but I think the first time this game, Sam, that we've seen Mintz not able to hang on to a football, and that would have put them in the red zone.
So John Carroll, 2nd and 10 now at the Purple Raider 25. $1:47 to go in the first half. Mount Union 16, John Carroll 14. Timeout Blue Streaks. That's their first. They've got 2 remaining. We'll take a break. 16-14. Purple Raiders back with more on 1310.
Struggling to quit nicotine? Let the experts at Vapor Station guide you to a healthier future. The knowledgeable team at Vapor Station in Alliance is here to help you find the perfect solution tailored to your needs. Whether you're looking to cut back or quit completely, we've got the tools, support, and products to help you succeed. Don't do it alone. Trust the pros at Vapor Station, located at 640 West State Street in Alliance.
Sam Berkman, John Bazika back here at Carroll Stadium on the campus of the University of Mount Union. Boy, they've done a lot of fixing up and renovating here during the summertime and into the fall. Brand new carpeting in the press box, all the levels. Beautiful new murals have been put up of all the sports teams.
Saw the
new
poster.
air conditioning units.
Saw the poster for Bill Borchert on the way in here.
Did a nice job sprucing things up. Boy, the wind has picked up here, hasn't it? It is blowing at the back of the John Carroll Blue Streak. Septenfelder back to throw on a second down. Left side caught. McVeigh, 20, 19, 18 to the 17-yard line.
I bring up Bill Borchert, by the way, because it was announced that he was on the College Football Hall of Fame ballot.
Let's get him in there.
I'm
What
shocked
else does he need to
isn't.
do? I mean, seriously, what else do you need? What other numbers do you need to put up to get into the College Hall of Fame?
15,308 yards and responsible for 200 touchdowns. Plus, he was the Gallardi Trophy winner that 1 year,
That's all.
too. Oh, nothing big.
I mean, all right, big play here. 33 streaks at the Purple Raider 18-yard line. Heavy formation left. Now Rawls will go in motion. We'll look at the cross action there. Caught McCann at 10 and out of bounds first down.
First time Mount Union's brought the house, Sam. And again, Septon Felter, it's what you said earlier. Bucknell coming from D1. You can tell the game is just slowed down for him. He probably feels like he's playing high school ball again right now.
Yeah, the speed of the game changes. And he just looks very cool and comfortable back there. First and goal, John Carroll. Boy, we got to keep him out here. First and goal, Carroll at the Purple Raiders 6-yard line, 1:06 to go. Septenfelder rolling to the right, steps back, looks left, looks, fires, caught, touchdown. Nobody within a country mile of the tight end. Rawls, touchdown. John Carroll, 20-16 Blue Streaks.
Sam, it was the same play earlier in the drive that they hit to him, just a little bit different concept, but he's blocking at the line, and then last minute he releases into the end zone on the left side. And I didn't think that Septon Felter was going to see him, but last minute threw his way. Great play design.
So touchdown, John Carroll. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. And we continue to seesaw here at Mount Union. 57 seconds left to go in the first half. And, oh, boy, we got ourselves a good old-fashioned ball game today. John Carroll, 21, and Mount Union, 16. Now the Raiders will get the ball back.
I can't believe twice in that drive that you let Kenneth Rawls, he was the killer of that drive. Twice you let him come wide open in different plays. First time it was the big gain down the field. He hadn't caught a pass before that drive. Then he caught a pass of 40 yards and a pass of 6 yards and a touchdown. And now, Sam, Septenfelder, in the first half, by the way, mind you, 15 of 21, 71% completion percentage, 235 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a QBR, if you're into that type of thing, of 212.6. And that drive there right before the half, a backbreaker, if you will, if you're the Mount Union defense, an 8-play, 85-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
All adds up to a John Carroll lead, 21-16. 7 seconds to go in the first half here at Mount Union.
It's going to be a ball game the whole time. I thought it looked like Mount Union might pull away there for like a split second, but John Carroll counters. Really nice game plan today by Coach Bierman.
Chucker to kick it away. If the Raiders could get some good field position here, maybe at least come down here and get something before the end of the half. There's the kickoff. That's returnable. Darnell at the 5. Right hash to the 10, 15. Williams to the 20. 25 is out to the 30. Williams out to the 31-yard line. So the Purple Raiders 16 yards away from Pater. They've got 51 seconds left.
All 3 timeouts, too.
So it's doable at least to get something on the board here. 21-16, John Carroll. Today's game brought to you in part by Sarda. Montfort Glass, also by Robertson Heating, Mark of Health, the Vapor Station. Hey, Papa Gyros, also brought to you by Carnation Optical, Grinders, Harding Heating and Cooling, Stratton Chevrolet, and Doug's Classic 57 Diner. Appreciate all those folks coming on board. Here we go, Raiders. First and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Boudry, quarterback draw. Noah 30, Noah 34. Down to 34. They're going to burn a timeout here. No. They're going to say roll with it. Put Nick Turner and Cooper out to the left. They're going to stack twins on both sides. 4 wide. Boudry to throw. Noah fires. Cooper's got 40. First down. Cooper to the 47-yard line. That'll stop the clock as they move the chains. Jeff Dart, I think, wants to get a timeout. He does. 5 seconds left. First and 10, Mount Union at their own 45-yard line. For Yvonne Merrick, field goal position, comfortable. I think you got to get down there to at least the 30 if you want to take a shot. But you 25 seconds left.
Mention our sponsors there, Markham Wealth, and that's Chuck Moore.
Yes.
Former Gagliardi trophy.
Ohio. Chuck Moore.
You know, my dad coached him in 8th grade basketball back in the day.
No kidding.
And Dennis Robbins, all those kids that was at St. Henry in them back in the day, linked arms and had that state championship games. Yeah.
I was on the sideline that day with a friend and left. We missed the comeback by Mogador. I felt like an idiot, but that was incredible. Chuck Moore, one of the best ever doing here for player number 10.
Don't you miss the days of when the state championships? You go to Canton, and you go across the town to Massillon. And I miss that. I miss Foster Stadium too.
Yep. I miss having to earn your way into the playoffs. Discussion for another day. 25 seconds to go in the first half. 21-16, John Carroll Rays trying to push something across here in the waning moments. Twins again, left to right. Boudry back to throw. Noah steps up in the pocket over the middle. Hot. Sanders going to lose ground here, and that didn't go as planned. And Mount's going to have to burn another timeout with 17 seconds. And after all is said and done, that was about a 2-yard gain.
You know, I don't know what the full concept is downfield. You get 4 guys running routes, and you take the cross or the shortest, which is probably the check down read of the different options that Boudry has. But it didn't seem like anybody was running towards the sideline or running towards an area where you might find some open field. And Mount Union has field to work with. The boundary is to the far sideline. They've got all this field here to the right. I'd put somebody out here. I'd run some sort of post corner, get somebody to the sideline, throw an extra blocker for helping out there, do something, set up a screen pass, just find that open field and get it to a playmaker. We were talking about Darnell Williams saying, here's a perfect opportunity. Set a screen up, throw some blockers out, and let a guy who can make a play go out and make it.
So the Purple Raiders, well, that was their second timeout, correct?
Yeah.
So they should have one left. Scoreboard Burlington. They'll have one left. 17 seconds to go.
So Mount Union magic going on right there.
First half. 21-16, John Carroll. Purple Raiders trying something on the board behind the quarter. They're going to go 4 wide again. Twins inside. Backstage in the block. Etcheberry pass down the middle. Caught by Cooper at the 30-yard line. What a grab.
How did he hang on to that football?
Oh, my goodness, Jerry Cooper. Boudry gets up, spikes it with 10 seconds to go. What a grab by the Purple Raider wide receiver, Jerry Cooper out of Fort Myers, Florida.
Was going right down the seam.
Goodness gracious.
Found the spot in the soft zone coverage, and, man, I thought he dropped it there last minute because he bobbled it, but then he went to his wallet and he brought it in.
Now they're going to move. Okay, they did lose Leard on the ground there. So it'll be from the 31-yard line, second down and 11.
Mount, time for one shot to the end zone?
Yeah, be careful here. You're in field goal range. Be careful. Boudry back to throw. Noah looks. He's running. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. Noah better get out of bounds, and he does with 1 second to go. 2 seconds to go in the first half. Holy cow.
I would say you said to be careful, and he almost was.
He almost ran the clock out, did Noah Boudry, but he hustled his way out of bounds at the 23. This will set up around a 40-yard field goal. You got an injured John Carroll player back here at the 42. With 2 seconds left to go. And that was close to becoming a disaster.
I'm impressed by the 2-minute offense, though. Bring it in and I'm impressed by a couple things. One, they really didn't overuse the timeouts in an odd way, and they didn't seem to be rushed at any point. They kind of still ran their concepts and did the things that they wanted to do. Obviously, it helps when you get probably an all-world catch. You mentioned Tyrell Sanders being Mr. ESPN top 10. Well, that catch by Jerry Cooper, I would argue, almost better than the Sanders catch because he was in a flock of blue streaks, if you will, that could have hit him and really hurt him. By the way, we've talked all half about Septenfelter's completion percentage. What do you think Boudry's at?
Boudry's got to be around, what, 65%? Maybe?
85%.
Oh, that all? 85?
12 of 14, 136 yards in the touchdown. Jerry Cooper, his favorite target today, 5 receptions, including that long of 22 for the touchdown as well, 54 yards.
All right, Yvonne Merrick. Of course, he transferred from D1 Eastern Michigan.
It's a tough angle here.
7 for 7 on extra points a couple of weeks ago. He's perfect today. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Hash to the right. Mike Franklin will be the holder. This will be the final play of the first half. Raiders trying to inch closer here to John Carroll. Waiting the snap. Franklin puts it down. Yvonne's field goal attempt is good. He got it from 40 yards away with plenty of distance to spare, and that's the end of the first half here in Alliance.
I was worried there. I was worried that he overhooked it just a little bit, but I think it just crossed that left goalpost and just squeezed in over there. It was the same kick that if you asked Bo Schembechler that he didn't get at Ohio State in 1974, but they get it here, and that's all that matters. Mount Union pulls within 2 going into the half.
21-19, John Carroll over Mount Union. Hey, you wanted a football game? You got one here today. Purple Raiders and the Blue Streaks are battling. The big halftime activities are coming up. Stick around. 1310 WDPN, streaming live at Q92radiosports.com.
So here I am in line at Papa Gyro's. I order the Gyro Supreme. Suddenly, the lady behind me chimes in.
It's pronounced gyro.
Then the fella behind her says,
It's a gyro.
I turn my back and I finish my order. I also need a large Grecian salad, some
and law enforcement agencies. The funding is from the Community-Oriented Policing Services Hiring Program, or COPS. The COPS hiring program invests in entry-level career law enforcement officers to create and preserve jobs and increase community policing capacity and crime prevention efforts. The city of Canton is receiving a $625,000 grant to hire 5 new officers. $1.6 million is going to the city of Youngstown to hire 15 officers. A Canadian-based company is backing away from a proposed solar farm in Columbiana County. The Ohio Power Siting Board Thursday approved Kensington Solar's request to withdraw its application for the 135-megawatt facility. In 2021, the company announced plans for the solar farm in Franklin Township. Area residents voiced opposition to the project. A ban of large-scale wind and solar farms in unincorporated areas of Columbiana County's 18 townships was approved by commissioners. The measure did not affect Kensington's proposal, which was filed before the bans were enacted. The company could refile their application. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We've posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
Nearly $50 million in grants are going to brownfield remediation and building demolition across Ohio. The Department of Development awarded the funding through the Brownfield Remediation Program and the Building Demolition and Site Revitalization Program. This is the 5th round of funding for both programs. About $219,000 is going to the Columbiana County Land Bank. The funds will be used for environmental assessment of a former manufacturing site in Salem. It was previously used by Freedom Oil Works and an auto repair garage. The site also housed Holsworth Incorporated, which produced parts for military vehicles. Assessment will include soil and groundwater sampling. Once completed, the site will be ready for commercial or industrial development. A recent Facebook post from Portage County Sheriff Bruce Zukowski continues to receive pushback. This time, it's coming from Portage County commissioners. In a statement read during Thursday's meeting, Commissioner Sabrina Christian Bennett said the sheriff's personal opinions do not reflect the views of commissioners or Portage County as a whole. Zukowski's post encouraged people to write down addresses of yards with Kamala Harris campaign signs to keep a list of places to send illegal immigrants. The Portage County NAACP has criticized his comments. The Mahoning County Coroner's Office has identified a man who died after being run over by a vehicle Sunday night in Coatesville Township. 34-year-old Sean Pounds was hit by a pickup truck in the parking lot of a motel on Route 422. Police say the incident was the result of a domestic dispute. A woman driving the truck claimed she was held against her will by Pounds. An investigation continues. No charges have been filed. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of today's game, right after the forecast from News 5 meteorologist Mark Johnson. From the AM 1310 WDPN newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears.
Sunny skies for the most part through your Saturday. A high today, 85, warm and muggy degrees. Overnight, clear and starry with a low of 57. I am Mark J. Weather from News 5.
Gear up for game day with Grinders Above and Beyond, the spot for tailgating fun. Grinders has everything you need to make your pregame experience unforgettable. Join us for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and get a taste of our homemade tailgating favorites. Planning a big game gathering? Let us handle the catering. From sandwich platters and homemade chips to soups and salads, pies, and brownie samplers. We've got all your tailgating needs at Grinders Above and Beyond. Hey, man, good to see you. What brings you out here today? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new kitchen cabinets, countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson's Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard plumbing registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park, or visit them online at robertsonkitchenandbath.com, where amazing meets affordable.
Hello, Purple Raider fans. Chuck Moore here, former Mount Union running back, four-time national champion, and 2001 Gallardi Trophy winner. Are you facing some major financial events, things like retirement, marriage, divorce, or selling a business? We at Markham Wealth understand, and we can help. Call 330-564-8590 or visit www.markhamwealth.com for a free consultation.
Neither tailored services nor the background of your financial professional should be construed as a guarantee of a particular outcome. Past performance does not guarantee future results. All investing comes with risk, including risk of loss. Markham Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
For over 80 years, Bonford Glass has been the expert when it comes to glass. You can count on the professionals at Bonford's for the latest techniques in glass repair, like the Aegis windshield repair system. The Aegis system can repair small chips in your windshield before they grow into big headaches. This revolutionary process takes less than an hour and can easily restore your windshield to its original strength. In fact, the Aegis windshield repair system is so effective that most insurance companies will waive the deductible and cover the entire amount of the repair, saving you and your insurance company up to 80% of the cost of a windshield replacement. The Aegis windshield repair system, just one of the expert repairs from Bonford Glass. They'll help you save money and make your windshield safer. Bonford Glass. Call 330-823-0450 or stop by at 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back into Carroll Stadium here on AM 1310 WDPN at halftime. And John Carroll, 25th ranked Blue Streaks on the road with a 21-19 lead over the 4th ranked Mount Union Purple Raiders here at halftime. Take a look at the stats. We'll hear the highlights and more here on this halftime check-in from the stadium. Take a look at the stats first. Pretty even ball game statistically in the first half. First downs, John Carroll 11, Mount Union 10. Big difference was that Mount Union ran the ball better. John Carroll passed the ball much more efficiently in the first half. Mount Union 15 rushes for 96 yards. John Carroll 14 for just 26 yards on the ground. Mount Union, though, 136 yards through the air. John Carroll 235. All in all, Mount Union with 232 total yards to John Carroll's 261. Penalties in the first half. John Carroll had 6 for 38. Mount Union, a clean first half, just one penalty for 5 yards. But they did have the lone turnover in the first half on the coughed up fumble. John Carroll was 4 for 8 on third down. Mount Union 2 for 4. John Carroll got into the red zone 3 times. They converted all 3 into touchdowns. 3 of 3 in the red zone. Mount Union, the only time there, they were 1 for 1. Individually in the first half, Mount Union led on the ground by Tyler Echeverry. 4 attempts for 79 yards and a long of 65 that he scored on. Noah Boudry, 12 for 14 through the air, 136 yards and a touchdown. He was sacked twice. Jerry Cooper, 5 receptions for 54 yards and a score. Tyrell Sanders with 3 receptions for 47 yards. He did not score. As for John Carroll, their leading rusher in the first half was Jenkins with 2 carries for 16 yards. Again, they only had 26 rushing yards in the first half. Their story of the first half, the excellent arm talent of Nick Septenfelter, their transfer quarterback from Bucknell, 15 of 21, 235 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was only gotten to once by the Mount Union defense, and he hit a plethora of targets in the first half. 5 catches for Evan McVay for 34 yards and a score. Just 3 receptions for Tyler Mintz, but they were for 95 yards, including a long of 63. He hit Tyron Montgomery 3 times for 45 yards in the touchdown. And Kenny Rawls caught 2 balls, 46 yards, and a touchdown. Tackling in the first half, Yansons, Brown, Curtis, and Factor all with 5 tackles for Mount Union. And Tyler Thimmons, their linebacker, leading them in tackles with 5 in the first half. Take a look now at the scoring. And Mount Union was first on the board at the 7:53 mark of the first quarter.
Quick pass, right side caught. Cooper 10, Cooper 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Union.
A little screen out there, right? Followed his blocker the rest of the way, and simple play. 13 yards, touchdown, and that's a great way to open the game if you're Mount Union. They made that look easy on that drive. So well contained, and it was the big tight end, Drew Sims, through that kind of closeout block there on the right side, Sam. Really, really nice football play. Part of a 9-play, 75-yard drive. John Carroll didn't wait long, though. They immediately responded a little over 2 minutes later.
Third and goal now from the Purple Raider 5. Septenfelder in the shotgun, back to throw. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to look. He's going to throw. Got a man wide open. Touchdown, John Carroll. And look who it is, Evan McVay.
Yeah, found him in the right side of the end zone. 5-yard touchdown pass from Septenfelder to McVay. John Carroll would tack on another early in the second quarter, just 5 seconds in.
John Carroll on the move right to left now, away from the scoreboard. Septenfelder back and throw. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown. Holy cow. Tyron Montgomery in the back of the end zone. Beautiful post route. Septenfelder hit him in stride. John Carroll 13-7.
9-play, 70-yard drive there. Mount Union came right back, though. A little over 6 minutes later, it was a 4-play, 79-yard drive that ended like this.
There's Echeverry around the left side, 35, 40, 45, 50. There he goes. Tyler to the 40, to the blue streak, 30, 20. Goodbye. Touchdown. Purple Raiders, 65 yards. Tyler Echeverry. It's a 14-13 game. The Raiders are right back in it.
John Carroll would add the final touchdown of the first half, and it was a drive that belonged to the tight end, and he was the one who found the end zone at the end. Here's how it sounded.
First and goal, John Carroll. Boy, we got to keep him out here. First and goal, Carroll at the Purple Raiders 6-yard line, 1:06 to go. Septenfelder rolling to the right, steps back, looks left, looks, fires, caught, touchdown. Nobody within a country mile of the tight end. Rawls, touchdown. John Carroll, 20-16 Blue Streaks.
An 8-play, 85-yard drive that was capped off with the 6-yard touchdown pass to Kenny Rawls. All in all, Yvonne Merrick hit 2 field goals in the first half. That's how Mount Union has cut it to a 2-point lead, or a 2-point deficit at the halftime break. Again, halftime, Mount Union trails John Carroll 21-19 here at Carroll Stadium. We'll take a timeout on AM 1310, WDPN, and Q92radiosports.com. When we return, we'll have your second half action and get you set for the kickoff as Sam will rejoin the broadcast. Again, halftime, John Carroll 21, Mount Union 19.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Who rides SARTA? You do. You, your neighbors, coworkers, and the people behind you in line at the grocery store. Our riders are moms, dads, students, retirees, and commuters. To help persons with disabilities, our ProLine countywide service picks them up and takes them direct to their destination. SARTA riders tell us they appreciate all the places we take them and how we help the community. That's how you get SARTA smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
Step back in time at Doug's Classic 57, Alliance's favorite diner, serving up authentic diner fare just like the good old days. Whether you're grabbing breakfast, lunch, or dinner, we've got the comfort food you crave, served with the side of nostalgia. So bring the family, bring the friends, and come hungry. Doug's Classic 57, where the past tastes delicious. Located right here in Alliance. Doug's Classic 57, serving an authentic classic diner experience for over 50 years.
Visit Carnation Optical at 75 Glamorgan Street, across from the Glamorgan Castle, right here in Alliance, formerly in the Carnation Mall. Carnation Optical is locally owned and operated since 1983, with over 1,000 frames to choose from, and their glasses are made in-house. Stephanie and her team at Carnation Optical invite you to call and schedule your eye appointment at 330-821-5476 and experience Carnation Optical's laid-back, casual environment with on-site lab for fast and accurate services. Carnation Optical at the intersection of Union and Glamorgan. Come see for yourself.
Hey, man, good to see you. What brings you out here today? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new kitchen cabinets, countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson's Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard plumbing registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park, or visit them online at robertsonkitchenandbath.com, where amazing meets affordable.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Back here in sunny Alliance, Ohio, Sam Berkman, John Bazika as our halftime activities continue.
Sunny.
Good ball game. 19 for the Purple Raiders, but 21 for John Carroll as we settle in here and get you ready for the third quarter of play. We've jumped up another notch. It's 88 degrees right now. And
what's it going to be here in the hot box?
In the hot box, well, with the new air conditioning unit installed, it's going to be a lot more palatable. But I'm going to tell you, this is, I think, my 9th year. And if you've listened to the broadcast over the years, and it's sunny to start the game by 3 o'clock, 3:30, it is an absolute toaster oven here because the sun just nails you coming through the windows. So
I know the one year when you had to do the McKinley-Massillon game and I filled in for you, it was like an October game, and it was still like 97 degrees.
Oh, yeah. It was
and that was toasty. Before they put hopefully Harding Heating and Cooling did the air
That's right, hopefully. Let's check out some college football scores. Ohio State 49, Marshall 14 early in the fourth. I got a couple wild college football scores here for you.
One of those.
Florida 42, Mississippi State 28, 4 minutes to go in the game. How about this? Just ending the third quarter down in North Carolina. James Madison 60, North Carolina 38.
I was wondering if you were going to mention that.
Wow. Clemson leads NC State 59-21, just starting the fourth quarter. Iowa State, go Clones, over Arkansas State 17-zip. Our good buddy Matt Campbell. Kansas, West Virginia. Imagine that. Storm delay down in West Virginia. It's 2 out of the last 3 weeks they've had weather delays down there.
I'll try to see if I can get us some OAC scores from around the conference and filter those in.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, it's always fun.
Second half underway here at the stadium. High kickoff. Purple Raiders going to call for the fair catch. And they will take the football and go 1st and 10. A lot of folks on this side of the stadium have not made it back to their seats. They're trying to cool off. There are a lot of sunburned folks down there right now as we look over top.
I don't mean to be the get off my lawn kind of guy, but why not return a kickoff? Like, you have an opportunity to make a play and better your field position and garner momentum. You're going to hear me complain about this all year, by the way.
All right, I'll get ready for that. Purple Raiders 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
so
line.
Much.
Boudry and company. Play action. Noah gets away from a tackle. Now he's going to tuck it and go. Boudry down at the 26-yard line where he's taken down. Looks like Trey Zimmerman and a West Geauga on the tackle there for John Carroll.
Isaac
Just getting
Wilson,
cranked up here. Third quarter now. The wind, I shouldn't call it a wind. It's a gentle breeze if you're outside. It's kind of a crosswind right now. 3-4 days ago, they were calling for some shower activity. That is completely out of the picture now. Handoff for Tyler Echeverry to the 30, to the Purple Raider 35. Give him a good spot here. It's a first down.
I think that's going to have to be the adjustment that Mount Union makes in this half. I think it needs to be a steady diet of Echeverry, Williams. I think they need to bring in Sean Thomas to get some carries. Just alter up the looks that you give them running the football. That was the one thing they really had success with in the first half.
Purple Raiders going right to left here, third quarter, down 21-19. There's a handoff to Echeverry. Here you go, Johnny. 30, 35, 40 to the 44. Give him a first down to the 45. Got 10 yards on the play.
It was almost some classic wing T action. You run a guy coming back left on the fake. That's Thomas. And then you run that counter right, and it allows Echeverry to go through that gap between the right guard and the right tackle, and he does such a nice job biding his time. Really nice run.
So Mount Union with a good drive early here, third quarter, down by 2. Boudry back to throw, got time. Now he's getting flushed out of the pocket. Backs it up, throws caught 45 to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 4 yards on the play, maybe 5. Drew Sims, the tight end, with the catch. They'll mark him at the 49, so he picked up 4 yards in the play. And Sims has a little hitch in his giddy-up as he goes out of bounds on the far side for Mount Union.
After Mount on that first drive of the day went 9 plays and 75 yards and kind of carved up the John Carroll defense, it's been the defensive front getting pressure on Boudry that's made things tough.
Wide right, wide left. Nicky Turner, our slot to the left side now. 2nd down, 6 Raiders. Boudry hands it off to Echeverry. Big hole, Tyler. There he goes. 40. Breaks the tackle at the 30. Echeverry to the 25 to the 20. He's gone again. Touchdown, Mount Union. 51 yards. Tyler Echeverry to the house. 25-21 Raiders.
Ran that ball into the boundary side of the formation. Only had Turner out there blocking, but that's what we talked about. You get past the secondary, get past those linebackers, and Echeverry just turns on the Jets and does the rest himself. That's a really, really nice run. 2nd rushing touchdown of the day for Tyler. It's what I just said 2 minutes ago, Sam.
Yeah.
That's got to be the adjustment. John Carroll cannot stop Mount Union running the football.
So what's that, 65 and 51 respectively for Tyler?
It's a good afternoon at the ballpark.
And now the Raiders will go for 2 to try to make it a 6-point ball game. Motion left. Boudry to throw. Noah's going to keep it. Boudry trying to get down inside of the 2 to the 1. And no further as he's taken down. And the 2-point conversion goes awry. We'll keep it here. All right, good start to the second half. 12:30 to go, third quarter. Mount Union back in front by the score of 25-21. I'd like to tell you, today's game brought to you in part by Stratton Chevrolet, by Sarda, our good friends at Bonford Glass, also brought to you by Harding Heating and Cooling, Grinders, the Vapor Station, Markham Health, Papayeros, Doug's Classic 57 Diner, and Robertson Heating. Good to be with you on this Saturday afternoon. Sam Berkman, John Bazika, on a toasty 88-degree Saturday in Alliance, Ohio.
6-play, 75-yard drive. 2 minutes and 30 seconds ended with the Echeverry 51-yard touchdown run. 148 yards on 7. Only 7 carries and 2 touchdowns. It's a pretty darn good average.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, Tyler. All right, now, here we go. Yvonne Merrick has it teed up at the 35, gets his foot into it. High end over end. Mintz will let it go into the end zone. And the Blue Streaks will set up shop 1st and 10.
21-yard average, by the way.
I'll take that.
If you were a fantasy owner and you had Tyler Echeverry on your team, you'd be pleased.
Doing all right. Now, I'm interested to see here, John, as we muddle through the third and we get deep into the fourth quarter with this heat and a little bit of humidity. Are guys going to get gassed a little bit? Are we going to see guys cramping up? Are we going to see guys saying, hey, get me out of here for a play? I need to get a rest.
Well, especially since they both had a week off in between this game.
Good point. Here come the Blue Streaks, 1st and 10 of their 25-yard line. John Carroll trailing it 25-21. Pass is caught at the 28 and out to the 29-yard line for Fossen. Oh, boy, that was – for a quick second, I was thinking, ooh, that could be a pick 6.
Tony Cook, I thought the same thing out of Detroit.
Very close.
He came up corner, was hoping to read that and jump that pattern, but Septenfelter, unblemished afternoon so far, 16 of 22. See if they can force him into an interception.
Transfer from Bucknell University. Tyler Septenfelder going to go back to throw. It's a little pitch to Mintz around the left side, and the Raiders were not fooled. Mintz is brought down right at the 30-yard line. Great play, Marcus Jackson.
Yeah, that's the defense that I think we expected that we would see, one that was quick to fly to the football and not allow extra yards after the catch. And we saw McKinley last night in high school. You and I did, Sam, run a number of those little push passes like that. It's become very popular at all levels of football. And now a key 3rd down, 3rd and 5, and we'll see if Mount Union dials up a blitz here.
John Carroll on the left hash. 3rd and 5 Blue Streaks at their own 30-yard line. 11-11 to go in the third quarter. Purple Raiders on top, 25-21. Septenfelder back to throw, fires over the middle. Caught, and a first down. Boy, Mount's had some trouble today, John, getting off the field on 3rd down.
5 for 9 now, John Carroll is. And that's a really nice play design. You know that you need 5 yards. Have your wide receiver in Fasten run 7 right over the middle of the field. And any coach would tell you, you need 5 yards, run 6, go past the sticks and catch it.
So that's about a 56% clip on the afternoon on third downs for John Carroll. 1st and 10 streaks at their own 37-yard line. Good one cooking here today in Alliance. Play action. Septenfelder throws an out and nobody home. And I mean nobody. Incomplete. Where was he throwing that ball? I don't know.
Well, Montgomery was the intended target, if you want to say that, but he was in on the hashes on the Mount 35. He ran the out and in, and I think Septenfelder was expecting him to run the kind of post corner route and go towards the sideline. It's really the first time that he's not been in a connection with one of his guys.
That was
odd.
That was odd. Very odd. 2nd and 10, Blue Streaks at their 37-yard line. Split left, right. Going to be a flea flicker back to the quarterback, Septenfelder. He's going down at the 25-yard line. Caleb Brown and company on the tackle for Mount Union. That's how you stop those shenanigans.
It was a really odd developing flea flicker. Normally it's a handoff followed by a toss back, but it was a toss followed by a handoff back, which was a strange play. And Mount Union, for the first time, has really put John Carroll in an extremely tough 3rd and long situation. This is probably the longest 3rd down that John Carroll has had to convert. They need 22.
All right, let's get off the field here. 3rd and 22, Blue Streaks at their own 25-yard line. They're just going to play it safe and run it. McVay to the 30, McVay to the 34, McVay to the 35 before he's brought down. Caleb Brown, Marcus Jackson, and company on the stop. And Purple Raider defense does their job, and they will force a John Carroll punt. Mount leads it 25-21. 9:16 clock runs in the 3rd quarter here in Alliance on a beautiful OAC Saturday afternoon. Good to be with you here on 1310 WDPN. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika from Carroll Stadium today.
I'm really surprised. The 2 times that John Carroll has had a 3rd and long, they've run that exact same kind of delayed counter.
Yeah, kind of like here's what we're going to do. And there's the punt. Raiders almost blocked it. Fair catch at the 27-yard line by Tyler May. That's where the Raiders will set up shop, 1st and 10. Don't forget, next Saturday, we'll be at Finney Stadium in Berea, Mount Union, and Baldwin Wallace. Kickoff at 2 p.m. next Saturday afternoon. Raiders and the Jackets here on 1310 WDPN and Q92radiosports.com.
I'd love to tell you what BW is doing right now, but I have no idea. I know they're a Capital. The Comets, not very good this year. And BW 2-0 seems to be very good this year. We're going to be in for another good one next weekend.
I think so. Now, will it match the Mount Union Miracle of a couple of years ago? We don't know, though, yet. Boudry play action. He's going to keep it. Noah 28, Noah 30, 31, 32. Boudry to the 33-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the play.
Really the first time we've seen just a basic zone read like that where Boudry calls his own number. He's had opportunities to run, but it's been off of broken down pass plays where he's decided to not throw the ball. They're designed to run for Boudry, and nice first down play.
Purple Raiders up to the line, going right to left. 2nd and 4 at their own 33-yard line. Backs are split. Boudry hands it off. Not a first down to the 34-yard line and no further. So now we'll see what Coach Dart dials up for the Purple Raiders on this play coming up.
Boudry.
Sean Thomas on the carry, the freshman, and only picked up a yard, setting up a 3rd down and 3 for the Raiders.
Yeah, Boudry only threw 1 pass on that previous drive. He did complete it, but big 3rd down.
Purple Raiders going to go twins right. Slot left is Nicky Turner. Boudry will hand it off to Echeverry and John Carroll all over it. Defensive stop. Tommy Wazinski out of St. Ignatius. And boy, Purple Raiders will bring in the punt team on a 4th and 4.
Simple read play, just giving Echeverry a chance to try to get into open space. And whereas the first drive of the second half, Echeverry carved up the defense there, he loses a yard. I'm really surprised by Mount Union's inability to stretch the field. with any of their wide receivers. The one deep shot they took to Nicky Turner, you said they might come back to that play,
haven't
and they haven't.
All right, let's be careful here now as Tyler Mintz is back to receive this punt. End over end. Mintz will let it roll. It takes a Mount Union hop and go out of bounds and around the John Carroll 25-yard line.
Javi Quimba almost in there from Hilliard Darby to block that kick. I think it's Javi. It's either Javi or Javi.
Let's check some college football scores, shall we? Ohio State 49, Marshall 14, 13 minutes to go down in Columbus.
What'd you say that score was?
49-14.
The Will Howard Show.
Buckeyes have not faced much competition yet this year.
What are you talking about? They played
That'll
really
change.
tough teams.
Handoff coming around the right side of the 24 to the 25-yard line and no further for Newsom. He is taken down. Let's go first hit. Turn around, young fella. I'm going to give that to Klump, number 14, with the first hit for the Raiders.
You know, every time in this game that I've thought that Mount Union was going to pull away, John Carroll has responded. This is their chance again to respond.
Push pass, caught Newsom at the 20. 25 to the 30. Got the corner, got the first down, all the way out to the 38-yard line. Gain of 12 on the play and a first down for John Carroll.
All within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Nothing challenging, just running a little kind of screen pass, and not even really a screen pass, just a chance for him to wheel his way out of the backfield. And as you said, Sam, really nicely called, get to the edge, and he did.
Kenneth Thralls, the tight end, sorry, John, is down at the 30-yard line for John Carroll.
I was wondering how speed would play a factor into today and if John Carroll would have the speed across the field to compete with Mountain. So far, I think
yes.
Yeah, there are times where I think John Carroll is every bit as fast, if not faster, than Mount Union in certain positions.
So Rawls cramping up down there at the 30. They're working on him. College football scoreboard update. The defense still rests, Your Honor, down in North Carolina. James Madison, 63. North Carolina, 44, with 11 minutes to go in the game. Clemson, 59. NC State, 28, with 3 minutes to go. And Kentucky leads OU 27-6. You know what else is starting today, John? And I think it may have started last night. And I shake my head every year because I'm like, are you serious?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
This just ended. The National Hockey League preseason games are already being played.
It's ridiculous.
I'm sorry, but let me miss you for a couple of months
before you come back.
You know what that means? NBA is right around the corner, too.
Cavs just inked Isaac Okoro to a deal.
Yeah. We'll see if he stays. There's a handoff. Right side, 40, 45, 46-yard line. Listen again on the carry. Newsom.
What a nice
bit of a
run
belt
there.
out here. Yeah. There was nothing there.
No.
And Newsom, who runs bigger than his height and weight that they give us.
Baldwin Wallace, 42, Capital 14, 8:40 or 8:58 third quarter.
How about on the two deeps, John? Newsom's not even mentioned. Septenfelder's going to keep it and go 45-50 and out of bounds at the Mount Union 45-yard line, and another John Carroll first down.
So you just mentioned that Newsom had been the bell cow. Well, there, Septenfelder showing off his smarts running the ball, fakes that zone read, and I don't think there was anybody within 5 yards of him on that far side of the field, and really nice job.
Third quarter rolls along here at Mount Union. 5 minutes to go. John Carroll and Mount Union in a slugfest.
It's what we've talked about. They've continued to mix things up all afternoon.
Raiders showing blitz. Septenfelder in the gun. Receivers left, right. Handoff. Fake handoff. Septenfelder's in trouble. We got him at the 45. Big time play for Marcus Jackson. Big loss on the play of almost 9 yards.
Delayed linebacker blitz off the edge, and no time once Septenfelder got back there to look downfield, and I think only the second time, if I'm not mistaken, that he's been sacked all afternoon. It is. That's been part of the reason why he's been so effective. He's had a clean pocket to work from all afternoon. Nice to see Mount Union finally dial up a blitz at the right time.
So the Purple Raiders trying to get something done here off defensively. Newsom around the left side. He's got room, 50-40. Newsom all the way down the sidelines. They're going to say he stepped out at the Mount Union 34-yard line. 2nd and 19, and they got a first down on the ground.
Well, and how about the adjustment now by John Carroll? First half, they had 14 carries for 26 yards on the ground, Sam. In this second half, they've come out with a much more sustained look of a ground attack. And Newsom, who we didn't see really in the first half, has started to earn a name for himself on 4 attempts for 30 yards.
John Carroll, 1st and 10 at the Mount 34. Mintz in motion. He'll head upfield. Septenfelder back to throw. Septenfelder steps up in that pocket. Got him at the 33. Oh, they're going to mark it back at the 34. Wow. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Mount Union, 25. John Carroll, 21. 3:10 to go. 3rd quarter of play here in Alliance. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika with you today on 1310 and Q92radiosports.com.
Had Mintz in the slot on the near side on that previous play, and he ran a deep post, but Mount threw double coverage there, and he never had space.
John Carroll going to almost stack the Twins over here to the right. Man in motion. Septenfelder back to throw. Dumps it. Caught. Underneath, but a pretty good gain to the Mount Union 27-yard line.
Cartman.
This is a huge play coming up right here. Huge play. 3rd and 4, John Carroll at the Mount Union 28-yard line. 2:25 to go, 3rd. Clock runs. Purple Raiders in front, 25-21. John Carroll will send Montgomery wide to the left.
I was just going to say, watch him.
Mintz in a slot down here to the right. Septenfelder in the gun. Mintz in motion. It's an inside handoff, and thank heavens there's a penalty flag.
False start?
Yes. False start. They got Nathan Kovac, young man out of Dublin Jerome High School. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that's a big 5-yard mark off right there.
You know, and you
won 3rd and 9.
You wonder at this point if you're in the leg of the kicker from here. This be a
50-yarder right here. If they get between 3 and 5 or 6 yards, I would imagine they would bring him out. We'll see. Tom Fusick, tight end to the left. He goes out. Back to throw. Septenfelder pass is caught. Going to be short of the first down. Is fastened. Good gang tackle by the Purple Raiders. Klump was over there. And he got some help from Johnny Papish. Young man out of Aurora, been in the program for several years now. That's going to bring up a 4th and 2. It looks like Coach Bierman is going to disdain the field goal attempt. He's putting the offense in, and the John Carroll Blue Streaks are going to go 4th and 2 now at the Mount Union 26-yard line as the place comes alive on this big 4th down play.
Play of the game right here, Sam.
Septenfelder in the shotgun, Twins left, slot right. Whistle, timeout, John Carroll.
I was going to say 2 things there. Watch the hard count 1, and then 2, watch for some sort of like basic run play, because you're going to be expecting maybe a short pass, some sort of quick hitting run that could have allowed them to pick up that yardage. It's not a long 4th down, just 2 yards.
Field goal here would be 43 yards. It would make it a 1-point game. You go down and score a touchdown and a PAT.
Still an 8-point game.
Still an 8-point game.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry. That would make it a 3-point game.
I don't understand why early in the game Mount Union decided to go for 2. Something there doesn't make sense. We were talking about this, though, last night, because late in the game, Perry or McKinley did something on some sort of fake punt, can't remember who it was, and I was saying that sometimes those type of things are called by the kicker and the holder, and I'm wondering if that muddle huddle was similar to that.
Here we go. Some of the crowd comes to their feet. John Carroll 4th and 2.
Hard count, watch.
26-yard line. Wide left, right. H-back right. Motion. Back to throw. Caught. Inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. And look who it was. Dorian Fasten kind of beat his man off the line on a quick jab step right, went left. Slant, first down, John Carroll.
Continues to be quick, intermediate passing that does the damage. There have really been no huge balls downfield. I want to say the longest completion he's had was the 20-yarder downfield earlier. He's had longer pass plays, but nothing throwing it downfield like that.
Benson Montgomery wide to the left. Septenfelder in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Carroll at the Purple Raiders 16. Back to throw. Septenfelder heats on. He gets away. He throws. It's caught at the 10. Out of bounds at the 7. Tyler Mintz picked up almost 9 yards on the play.
He was the cross there. He came from the slot far side, crossed all the way down, and I think it was his last read that he went with on the check down.
Carroll right up to the line of scrimmage. Septenfelder's going to keep it himself. It gets a first down. Down to the Purple Raiders 6-yard line, and that most likely will be the final play of the third quarter. Folks, we are set up for a dynamic final 15 minutes from Alliance, Ohio. We go to the fourth quarter. Mount Union 25, John Carroll 21. Purple Raider football continues in a moment on 1310 WDPN.
For over 80 years, Bonford Glass has been the expert when it comes to glass. You can count on the professionals at Bonford's for the latest techniques in glass repair, like the Aegis windshield repair system. The Aegis system can repair small chips in your windshield before they grow into big headaches. This revolutionary process takes less than an hour and can easily restore your windshield to its original strength. In fact, the Aegis windshield repair system is so effective that most insurance companies will waive the deductible and cover the entire amount of the repair, saving you and your insurance company up to 80% of the cost of a windshield replacement. The Aegis windshield repair system, just one of the expert repairs from Bonford Glass. They'll help you save money and make your windshield safer. Bonford Glass. Call 330-823-0450 or stop by at 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
Sam, right now, as we head to the fourth quarter, Mount Union leading 25-21. John Carroll in the midst of a 12-play, 69-yard drive that now started at their own 24. It's taken up 6 minutes and 51 seconds as they have a 1st and goal to start the final quarter from the 6. It's been a thing of beauty, too. 4th down conversion in this. It's been their drive of the game so far.
Purple Raiders need to buckle up. John Carroll 1st and goal at the Mount Union 6-yard line as we start the fourth quarter to play. Backs are split again. Play action. Septenfelder to throw. Got a man. Touchdown, John Carroll. Crossing route in the back of the end zone. Hardiman hauls it in, and the Blue Streaks are on top 27-25.
Such a well-designed play. Bring him all the way across the formation. Linebacker not able to keep up with him. It ended up being Manny Curtis, the DB, who was stuck trying to cover, come across. And he wasn't able to keep up with him, and Mount Union's
big extra point here is up, and it is good. So with 14:55 left to go in the ball game, John Carroll is back in front, 28-25, as we get ready for the kickoff. And boy, John, is this going to be a game where the team with the ball last maybe wins it here?
Well, and how about to the tune of 13 plays, 76 yards, and a touchdown there on that drive. And how about Septenfelder now? We've talked about him all afternoon, Sam. 24 of 31, 77% completion percentage, 298 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Mount Union has sacked him 3 times, but he has been just unbelievable this afternoon. I mean, best player on the field. He's been the best player on the field this afternoon.
Total yards in the game before that touchdown, John Carroll, 346 yards. Mount Union, 313. Third down conversions, John Carroll 5 of 11, Mount 2 for 5.
Well, and how about that one big fourth down conversion there? 1 for 1 on fourth downs this afternoon, and it came on that drive. 2 drives now this afternoon. One a penalty that extended it, and there a fourth down conversion.
Short kick picked up by the Raiders at the 30 to the 34. Mount Union 1st and 10 there as they'll take over with 14:51 to go. Now the wind is whipping right now here at the stadium. A crosswind from the home side to the visiting side. You look at the flagpole to our right. The American flag, the purple flag, the OAC flag. I mean, they are rippling right now.
You know, you remember about 10 years ago when Anthony Meglin came in here and won. It was a game real similar to this.
Purple Raiders down by 3, 28-25. 1st and 10, Mount at their own 35-yard line. Noah Boudry and company need a drive here and some score. There's Darnell Williams on a carry trying to get around the left side, and the Blue Streaks eat him up and bring him down at the 32-yard line. A loss of 3 yards in the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 13. Tyler Emmons on the tackle for John Carroll at Bethel Park High School in Pittsburgh, PA.
You know, if you're John Carroll at this point, why not pin your ears back and come with blitzes on every single play? Mount Union has shown an inability to throw the ball down the field, and about the only thing they've had success with is counter run plays this half.
2nd down, 13 now. Raiders behind the sticks on this 2nd down play. John Carroll looks like they're going to bring the house. Boudry over the middle. Incomplete. Cooper couldn't hold it at the 49-yard line. A nice and very timely hit that time by the defensive back, Lamar Thomas, out of Canisius in Buffalo.
It's a good program. When was the last time we called Tyrell Sanders' name? Somebody's got to make a play here, Sam. I don't know who it is, but Echeverry's not out there. Got to be one of the wide receivers.
Need a big play here, Mount Union. 3rd down and 12 Raiders. Boudry to throw. Noah steps back, throws it. Caught! 1st down, Mount Union. There he is. Nicky Turner. 1st down, Purple Raiders. Big boy play right there.
Simple post corner route to the sideline and give Turner a chance to make a one-on-one play, and he did just that. Found that little soft spot there where kind of the corner and the safety weren't meeting. No linebacker out there to help, and made an unbelievable high-pointing catch there.
Can't tell you how big of a conversion that was. 1st and 10 Purple Raiders at their own 47-yard line. Mount trails it by 3. Play action. Boudry's in trouble. Noah's going to scramble. Noah's going to run 50. Noah's to the 45 and the 40. There he goes, 40, 30. He's to the 25. Go, Noah, go. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Noah Boudry from 53. And the good guys are back in front, 31 to 28. That's how you answer a touchdown drive.
Who would have thought that of all the guys to make the play, Noah Boudry with his legs. Play broke down again. John Carroll able to get pressure on him, and he simply scrambles his way to the end zone. And that's no surprise, Sam. Week 1 at Ferrum, he had 3 rushing touchdowns to tie a record that had been set by Kevin Burke here back in the day.
Former St. Edward Eagle, Kevin Burke. All right, big PAT now. This makes it a 4-point game. Oh, my gosh. He missed it. Mishit it.
He did?
I mean, he mishit it.
He duck hooked it left and never had a chance. Replay, by the way, on the Boudry run. He did a great job. There was a defender that almost had him in the backfield. Want to give credit there. It was Devon Bradley, the linebacker, almost had him, and then he got into the foot race down the right sideline, and I'm impressed. Noah Boudry showing off his wheels on that play. Normally used to him getting it done through the air, but 12 attempts now, 96 yards, and the long of 53 there, the biggest run of his youthful career as the starting quarterback at Mount Union, and the Purple Raiders answer with a 4-play, 65-yard drive that took $135. How does John Carroll respond?
13-16 left to go in the game. Mount Union 31. John Carroll 28, but oh man, we missed a 2-point conversion earlier, and we missed an extra point. So we've left 3 points on the board right now.
You said 20 minutes ago we were in for a dynamic fourth quarter. Well, we're not even 2 minutes into it, and it's been dynamic as all get out.
I might have to fire up another more superlative adjective to describe the final 13-plus here in Alliance.
Get out the thesaurus.
Ooh, there's the kickoff. Merrick kicks it deep to the 7. Here comes the return. Mintz to the 10, 15, 20. Mintz shoves his way out to the 25-yard line. That's where John Carroll will go first and 10. 13-11 to go in the game. Mount Union 31. John Carroll 28. Today's game brought to you in part by SARTA, Bonford Glass, Robertson Heating, and Markham Health. Also brought to you in part by Stratton Chevrolet, proud sponsors of our Stratton Chevy First Downs. Harding Heating and Cooling, Papa Gyros, Carnation Optical, Grinders, Harding Heating and Cooling, and Doug's Classic 57 Diner.
Septon Felter today, 4 passing touchdowns, 298 yards. The one thing he has not done, Sam, is fire a miscue. Is this finally the time where Mount Union forces him into one?
Let's see. Septon Felder in the gun. First and 10. John Carroll at the 25. It's a bubble screen. It's not home. Now they get it to Mintz, and Mintz is going to be drilled and taken down at the 18-yard line. Johnny Rowland on the tackle.
Play broke down from the get-go. I'm pretty sure that somebody moved up front for John Carroll. Might be wrong about that, but flag was thrown basically right before the play started. And Johnny Rowland did the right thing there, kept playing through the whistle. Illegal motion.
Raiders will decline it. They'll take the play, and why not? It's a loss.
Yeah, that's just a really smart play by Johnny Rowland. I mean, you could quit on the play and decide it's a free play, but he plays through. We oftentimes see quarterbacks take free shots on free plays. Well, there, Johnny Rowland said, let's back them behind the chains by 7 yards.
Second down and 17, John Carroll. Another official stoppage. They want to redo well, you can't redo the play clock. It's already sitting there at 25. 12:48 left to go in the game. A dandy here at Mount Union. 31-28, Mount Union over John Carroll. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika. Real happy to be with you on this Saturday afternoon. Purple Raiders at Baldwin Wallace next Saturday, but got to take care of this one here today. Second down, 17. Septenfelder in the gun. He'll go back to throw. A quick out, bounces it in, complete. Boy, not Johnny Rowland, that's 29 for the Raiders. Curtis is kind of hanging around the coop. Nice job by Manny. That'll bring up 3rd and 17. This is a play here where the game could really flip-flop one way or the other.
It could, because no team has ever had bigger than a 7-point lead. That's the largest it's ever been.
Purple Raiders now digging in. They'll only put 3 on the defensive line. They'll put 8 back on a 3rd down and 17. Septenfelder's going to hand it off again. And again, John, 3rd time today on 3rd and long. John Carroll has just said, you know what, we're just going to run it and play for another series. Purple Raiders defensively all over it. Rossi, Moore, and company. And the Blue Streaks will send in the punt team with 12:15 remaining.
Well, and they've gone through those kind of shades of hot and cold on offense. They've had points where they've been unstoppable, but every single time that Mount Union has had a shorter field, they've slowed them down in some way. And this is, again, one of those opportunities. They're coming.
Schuckert will punt it away, and he gets it out of there. That's a pretty good one. That's going to chase May all the way back to his 30. Tyler May trying to make room, and a double whammy. Not a good return to the 29, plus you're going to get an illegal block on Mount Union to boot. So with 11:44 left to go, Mount will take over 1st and 10, but they're going to be moved back 15 yards after the penalty.
I was really impressed by Schuckert there. I mean, he had 3-4 black jerseys right there on him, and great job to get off a wobbly spiral, but a spiral at that. And there's 2 flags now.
Yeah, I know one of them is a block in the back, unless they both threw the flag for the same call.
which is poor officiating because not all the officials are supposed to be looking at the same thing.
Right. So here is our call by the referee. Legal block in the back, Mount Union. So, yeah, they threw both flags for the same penalty. So the Purple Raiders will be backed up, and then they'll set up shop. That unit getting a little warm over there.
The board is
board's
feel the
getting
board.
very
We've
hot.
got a nice little fire pit building here in front of us.
88 degrees right now outside.
It shut off one time at me at Hoover when I was in the sun.
Here we go, Raiders. 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Motion to the right side. Booter going to go with a pass. Look out, Tyler Echeverry. Incomplete pass, thank goodness. Boy, John Carroll had that one sniffed out from the word go, 2nd down and 10.
Well, they were faking kind of a cross coming in the backfield to Thomas and then trying to set up that screen out left to Echeverry, and he was just lit up. 2 John Carroll defenders there as a player is down and hurt for John Carroll. Doesn't seem to be.
Nope, that's Jacob Huffnagel.
Yeah.
He is sitting up, and he'll get up and come back over to the John Carroll sidelines. By the way, today, how did I do with that? Here at the stadium today, 4,655 the attendance.
I'm disappointed in the student section, by the way. They were at full capacity earlier.
They're too hot.
And now they left.
Half
Why did they wear white?
Half of them are gone, and they're back to the dorms. They probably sweat out everything that they took in last night.
What are you talking about? College kids don't do that.
Oh, Friday night.
We never did that.
Getting after it a little bit. They
I
probably
never did that.
had to go back to the dorms and cool off. You may see them kind of filter back in if it's still tight with a couple of minutes to go.
You gotta love it.
Keep your eyes on that. Mount Union 31, John Carroll 28, 11, 40 left to go in this thriller in Alliance. First league game of the year, and we've got ourselves a dandy. Raiders trips right, slot to left, Bootery in the gun. Gives it to Tyler Echeverry. There's just a whole lot of humanity over there, and Echeverry had nowhere to go. He'll lose 2 back to the 20-yard line.
I'm just amazed every time by John Carroll. It's like their offense sputters, and then their defense is like, fine, we'll pick up the slack for a possession and then give you a chance to rest, come back out, get a drive. And here again, a 3rd and long. Last time we had a 3rd and long, Nikki Turner.
That's what I want to see right here.
Came open.
Come on, Nikki. Little post, long post here. Noah put it in there for you. Here we go. 11 minutes to go and counting. Raiders with the ball. They lead by 3, 3rd and 12. Back to throw Bootery. Noah is going to get out. He's going to run. He's to the 20. He's to the 25. And Bootery to the 29. He's going to be well short of the first down. So the Purple Raiders will bring in the punt team as we have 10:44 in running in the 4th quarter of play. Boy, you'd like to see him at least tilt the field there a little bit, if not score, but change the field position dichotomy, but not to be, as the John Carroll defense came up big.
I want to say, I haven't mentioned it this afternoon, your kit game today, your shoes, those new?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've had them for 6 months, but I didn't wear them till today.
Those are sharp, man.
Thank you. I wanted to keep them nice and clean for the opener.
You got that purple and that gray in them?
There's the boot. Give us a little flag on that punt. Yes, sir. Mintz with the fair catch at the John Carroll 31. But you're going to get running into the kicker by John Carroll. And that should be a first down for the Purple Raiders, if I'm correct in what I saw. Here's the call. Oh, that's a big call right there. Personal foul, roughing the kicker.
Let's take a look at it here on the screen up above. Yeah.
Oh, no doubt about it. That's not running into, that's roughing.
Yeah, John Carroll in the thought of trying to get to the ball and force a block. And I would argue, Sam, that that's their first major miscue of the day.
Yeah.
Because they've been pretty Teflon tough most of the day on most things, and this is a huge opportunity for Mount Union. You score here and go up 10, all of a sudden John Carroll is back on their heels for the first time.
That was a big break and a legit call. That wasn't a hand me call. That was legit roughing the kicker.
Go for the jugular.
First down, Rupert Raiders at their own 44-yard line. Sanders in motion right. He'll go back left. Lead block. They'll have it off over to the right side to midfield to the John Carroll 49-yard line. Tyler Echeverry on the carry for Purple Raiders. Under 10 to go in the fourth quarter. Mount Union hanging on, baby. 31-28 Raiders. As this crowd looks on here at Mount Union, Echeverry going to go left this time, trying to get a lead block. Not a whole lot there. Echeverry was lucky to pick up a couple of yards as he squeezed his way closer to the first down marker. They will mark him down just about the 47-yard line. So a big third and kind of a spot was that? That's almost, they're going to need a full yard here, 3rd and 1. Echeverry fumbled the snap. Boudry picks it up, and they got him for a loss. Boudry officially will be marked down back at the Mount Union 48-yard line. 3rd and 1, and they lose 3.
I think over the years, Sam, we've become so accustomed to seeing Mount Union always make that key play or throw that key block or do something. Them fumbling on a situation like that, so uncharacteristic of what we're used to seeing. And now John Carroll, just 2 timeouts left. This might be their last chance.
Can we get another roughing the punter here?
Are they going to bring the house again, though?
Mike Franklin should boot this at around his 33. There's the snap. There's the rugby boot. A little wobbler hangs in the air, bouncing at the 15, and it goes out of bounds at the John Carroll 17-yard line. I'll tell you what, let's take a 30-second break. We'll come back. 8:25 to go in the ballgame. Hang in, everybody. 31-28 Purple Raiders on 13-10.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. There are several ways to ride SARTA. Pay your fare the way you want. Use our Easy Fare app to get your ticket on the go. Tap to pay with SARTA Score and touchdown cards. You can even pay with exact change in cash. The price is right and you can purchase at any of our transit centers. Tickets start as low as $1.50 per ride, or you can get a 30-day pass for $45. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Visit SARTAonline.com/smart.
Active throw. Seppenfelder cranks it up deep out right side, in and out of the hands of the receiver at the 34, but there's a flag on the play. Flag thrown way on the far side of the John Carroll 18. Stops the clock with 8:20 left to go. If you're just joining us, you might want to hang in with us the rest of the way. 31-28 Mount Union. But John Carroll's got the ball, but a penalty flag on the last play. False start. Well, they've had a handful of those today. You can hear somebody in the crowd. How many times? Well, at least 5, sir.
It's an educated man.
31-28 Mount Union. 8:20 to go in the game. 5-yard penalty on the blue streak. So now John Carroll, 1st and 15 at their own 17. Mount's had a couple of times today, John, not to maybe put this thing on ice, but maybe close.
Yeah.
And they haven't been able to. And the door has been just kicked open just a little bit. Here come the blue streak. Seppenfelder play action. He's going to go deep right side. That's well overthrown and incomplete. Outstanding pass coverage by the Purple Raiders. Weston Arthur,
yeah.
Johnny, you've called his name a couple of times today. He's having himself an afternoon.
Yeah, simple out and up there for Montgomery. Classic play design concept. All teams run that, and it's interesting. We've seen John Carroll go with intermediate passing all day, and now here late, they've thrown the ball downfield. I'm confused by their change in their script.
Coach Bierman in his second year with John Carroll, trying to pull off the stunner today. Here comes the Mount Union blitz. Seppenfelder throws it in the flat, caught by the 10 to the 15, 16, 17, maybe the 18-yard line for Evan McVeigh. We'll see where they officially bring him down.
19, got a really nice spot.
They gave him the 19-yard line.
That was a heck of a catch, too, by him in the flat right side. Pass was high by Seppenfelder, and He tried to do his best, I don't know, Odell Beckham Jr. impersonation.
See this, where this spot was at again. Oh, I don't know.
I think you're jaded, Samuel.
Yeah, a little. I think they did give him an extra yard there.
We'll get you there by the end of the year. We'll take you to therapy.
3rd and 8, John Carroll. From the John Carroll 19. Streaks going right to left. Mount Union leads at 31-28 with 7:25 to go. Seppenfelder throws. It's caught. Going to be short of the first down.
Do you go?
Fasten with the catch. He stopped at the 25-yard line, bringing up a 4th and 1. And if you're John Carroll, you bring in the punt team with 7 minutes to go. Now,
fake.
For goodness sakes, don't jump off sides.
Watch the fake. Don't jump off sides. Don't run into the kicker.
A lot going on.
Multitude of things. Because it's 4th and 1. I mean, it is 1 yard. Yeah, that's a smart timeout. Coach Dart taking the timeout. I think that's smart.
I like it.
And I wonder here, does Coach Behrman think about, I mean, you're backed up in your own territory here, but you've got 2 timeouts left. You've got 6:48 left. You've struggled to stop the run. That's how Mount Union has scored this half. Do you entertain going for this, even on your own 26? Because if Mount Union gets a field goal, it's still a 6-point game. I think it's a decision.
It's something to think about for sure.
I don't think he's going to bring the offense back out, but I mean, 1 yard, that's, I don't know. You might not touch the football again.
6 minutes and 48 seconds left to go. Mount Union 31, John Carroll 28. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika with you on 1310 WDPN, Q92radiosports.com. The Blue Streaks, as of right now, are lined up to punt the football away. May is back at his 27-yard line. There's the snap. There's the boot. High. It will take a little bit of a John Carroll roll. It'll take a big John Carroll roll. Get away from that thing now. It'll bounce inside the 20. It'll roll to the 15.
Started that punt at the 26, so 24 plus 35. 59-yard punt.
And no return. So 59 net on the punt. And the Purple Raiders now will take over 1st and 10 with 6:33 left to go. It's been a whale of a game. 31-28 Purple Raiders trying to go to 2-0. John Carroll would lose here today, they would be 0-2. And then their season, I mean, at that point,
this is their chance to make the
playoffs.
playoffs.
But that would be it for them.
They pull an upset here today, it's their chance.
Yeah. All right, we'll see if the Raiders can hang on here for the final 6 minutes and 33 seconds as the sun is blasting us here on this side. Boudry rolling to the left, cranks it up, going deep. He's got Nicky Turner wide open at the 50. Turner to the 40. There he goes. 30, 25, and 20, and out of bounds. They'll mark him at the John Carroll 24. Big play. Purple Raiders, first down.
Early in the game, they went on the deep shot to Nicky Turner, and ball was overthrown by Noah Boudry, and there put that ball right on the money, and he had to roll out left and kind of wait and give Turner credit. He waited up just enough time to stay in range for Boudry. He had his man beat dead to rights off the line, too.
Boy, is that a whopper of a play right there. And a Stratton Chevrolet first down.
Very good.
I don't want 3 here, Johnny. I want a touchdown. 5:40 to go. Raiders up by 3, 1st and 10 at the 24. Inside handoff, not much. To the 22-yard line for Sean Thomas. Boy, the freshman getting some meaningful snaps here again today as he got some great work in against Ferrum week 1. Getting on the field here today. Down to 5:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Stick around. Postgame show will be coming up, and then you want to be checking out all the social media action. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Johnny will be getting the interviews and all that good stuff if things go well here. 2nd down and 7, Raiders. Boudry hands it off right up the middle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Tyler Echeverry. It's pay dirt. Big run, big 6. Touchdown, Raiders. 37-28. 4:56 left to go. That is huge.
12th carry of the day. kind of parted the Red Seas through the middle of the John Carroll defense. No one over the center of the field, ran right between the hashes on his way to a touchdown. And Tyler Echeverry's day, 12 carries, 175 yards, and 3 huge touchdowns.
Big PAT coming up here. Snap, spot, kick up, and it is off the scoreboard, and it's no good. It remains a 9-point game with 4:56 left to go.
Well, now if you're John Carroll, you go into the 2-minute offense. You try to get downfield in a hurry. But, Sam, this is the biggest lead that either team has garnered all afternoon. And how big has Tyler Echeverry been? 12 attempts, 178 yards. Just a man's effort by Tyler Echeverry this afternoon. And not counting the eggs before they're hatched, but chickens, that is. But 9-point lead looks pretty safe with 4:56 left. That was a 3-play, 84-yard drive.
Oh, Johnny.
Oh, I know. I know. Started on Mount Union.
Should be 41-28, by the way.
Should be. Started on Mount Union's own 16, by the way. They've had – what a fascinating afternoon they've had. They've had a couple of drives where it's taken them like a minute and 2 seconds to score, and then they've had a couple drives where they've been like, oh, yeah, we'll take 12 minutes off the clock. But John Carroll's been the same way, which is why I say that it's safe, but I know full well that it's not.
4:56 to go in the ball game. Mount Union 37, John Carroll 28. Folks, there is a lot of football to be played. Yvonne Merrick with the kick, high, short, and it is going to go out of bounds.
Man, special teams just rearing its ugly head.
Merrick having a conversation long distance with his special teams coach, and it is a one-sided conversation right now. Mount Union coach took his clipboard and absolutely fired it into the turf after that kickoff went out of bounds.
Wonder if they'll be putting up signs around campus for kicker tryouts.
Well, you got to put that behind us now. You got to play D. 1st and 10, John Carroll at their 35. Mintz in motion. Seppenfelder to throw. Steps into the pocket. Now he's going to take off. 40, 50 to the Raider 44 and out of bounds. I'm telling you, there's way too much time left in this game. 4:47 left. It's only a 9-point Mount Union lead. And John Carroll, as Mount, at times today, have moved the ball at will.
Well, and you can settle for 3 here if you're John Carroll, too, to potentially conserve time.
3 missed PATs today. I should say PAT attempts. One of them was a 2-point conversion. Seppenfelder throws, caught inside the 40 at the Mount 39. That's a gain of around 5 yards. Now the clock continues to run. It's down to 4:10. Timeout situation. Purple Raiders have 2. The Blue Streaks with 2.
You need to save those until the last second if you're John Carroll.
John Carroll coaches look disgusted here for some reason. There's the snap. There's the handoff to Newsom. He's going to be cradled and brought down at the 39-yard line for no gain on the play.
Now, do we have the 2-minute warning?
In D3, I don't know.
Because they did it at Ferrum.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Now, do they play by the same rules in Virginia as we do in Ohio?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
Because that's an extra built-in timeout.
Mm-hmm.
And now if you're John Carroll, you've got a 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 6. And now you're probably thinking, okay, we have that extra timeout. The key is get it within field goal range if you're John Carroll, because then you got to play to see if you can, touch the football one more time. And because of the injury here, they kind of get their own timeout worked in. You looking up to see if it's
Well, I'm thinking sometimes you'll like ask a question sort of over the air, and somebody will send you the right answer. Not the case there.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well,
come on, Josie. I know you're listening.
3rd down and 6. No, she's not. Back to throw, Steppenfelder fires it. Mintz caught it at the 35-30, breaks a tackle to the 27 and down to the 26-yard line. 1st down, John Carroll. They'll stop the clock to move the sticks. Back into motion we go.
Man, they
3
moved
minutes
that clock
and 30
quick,
seconds.
man.
Yes?
That's home cooking.
Trips to the left. Steppenfelder back to throw. He's got McVay open. There it is. Caught and out of bounds at the 26-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 3:13 remaining. 37-28 Mount Union. But John Carroll is on the move.
Ryan
the
Keller.
official just said to run the clock. Apparently, McVay did not get out of bounds.
Ryan Keller just texted me. There is a 2-minute warning.
Is there a 2-minute warning?
Thanks, Keller.
Now, truth be told, before anything even comes down to that, I think that's ridiculous to have a 2-minute stoppage in college football. But we know why they do it at the big level. I don't know why they do it at Division III. Back to throw, Steppenfelder. Pressure's on, dumps it right side again. Is that a catch? It is. It's McVay, but Mount kept him in bounds, and McVay is nailed at the 25-yard line.
You're running out of time at this point if you're John Carroll.
Clock continues to run. 2:26, 2:25. Blue Streaks with 2 timeouts. 3rd and 8. Carroll at the Mount 24. Steppenfelder to throw. Getting pressure. Got him! Back at the 32-yard line. Brandon Yatzines with the tackle for Mount Union. Oh, there's no way in the world he threw that ball. That's a sack. That is absolutely a sack. I do not see a flag. There is a stoppage. Here's the call by the referee. So 3rd and 8. I'm sorry.
I think
Fourth down.
I think he got the ball away. He just got the ball away.
So 4th and 8.
Here's a replay. Yeah, he just got
He
it
did.
away.
Boy, that
He
was
just got
close.
it
That's
away.
good camera work there.
Yeah.
Good eyes by John Bowe. So 2:12 left to go. This could be your ball game right here. Mount leads at 37-28. John Carroll, 4th and 8 at the Mount Union 24-yard line. Carroll just used the timeout. Oh, they're going to go for 3 here, which you talked about earlier.
Colin Schuler, biggest kick of his career, the New Albany Eagle from Westerville.
So Schuler will attempt a 41-yard field goal. This would make it a 37-31 ball game and keep John Carroll in it. Snap, spot. Field goal is up. It's long enough, and it's good.
That was a really good kick. That was a really good kick. Man, right hash and everything, awkward angle, the pressure of the situation. That's an outstanding kick this late in the game. And now the most interesting part is you've got the built-in timeout with the 2-minute warning.
You've got 1 timeout left. I guess what we're trying to say is here, do you attempt the onside kick?
I don't know. Because then you could automatically put Mount Union in a situation where, I don't know. It's
so 2:07. You got the built-in 2-minute timeout. You have your own timeout. I think you're going to see an onside kick here. We will find out. 2:07 left. Purple Raiders 37. John Carroll 31. Stick around. Post-game show coming up when we're done.
What a ball game.
We'll have some stats for you. Yes, this has been an outstanding Division III college football game. We certainly hope you've enjoyed it. If you know some Raider fans who are out there that don't know what's going on, tell them to tune in 1310 or get us online or on our Facebook page at Q92. Yeah, they're going onside kick here, no doubt about it.
Got 2 kickers lined up there.
Schuckert is up there along with Schuler. There's the onside kick. Oh, perfect for Mount Union. One big bounce, and the Raiders flop on it at the 45-yard line. Good hands by Matt Anderson out of Scottsdale, Arizona, the sophomore tight end.
So if you're John Carroll, the clock will automatically stop at 2 minutes. So that's one timeout. Then you've got the second timeout. If you get a stop here, because you're figuring that Yvonne Merrick is probably not going to have the leg to kick this from where the position it's at now, even if they gain 10 yards or 7 yards, because you're still looking at a 50-plus yarder. John Carroll could get the ball back with what? Maybe a minute and 10 seconds left?
What you could be looking at here, John, is when it all comes, you could be looking down to like a third down play for the ball game.
Easily.
If the timeout situation goes the way we think it will. Unless the Raiders could pop one. 1st and 10, mount at the John Carroll 45. Boudry's going to go back to throw. He's going to run. Boudry down to the John Carroll 42-yard line. There's your 2-minute timeout. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
That was not a favorable spot.
No.
He tumbled forward to about the John Carroll 40, and they marked him on the 42 on the right hash.
And on the back half of the 42.
Yeah, that's not a favorable spot. It's Sam, it's going to be what you said. And the unfortunate thing about that, and we all watched the Browns game last week, by the way, is that if you decide to throw on 3rd down and it's incomplete, John Carroll could get what? More like a minute and 45 seconds remaining?
Which is a lot of time.
A ton of time. What's the crowd like down there?
It's, well, some people have left. A lot of people, I think, moved if they could find some kind of shade in the end zones, maybe. The crowd was just under 4,600. But this side, the place was packed. But again, if you're sitting over here, the sun has been beating on you now for about 3 hours. So some folks have looked for another place, another area to watch the game. All right.
7 yards to 2-0.
2nd and 7 Raiders at their own 42-yard line. They lead at 37-31. Backs are split, wide left, right. Boudry will hand it off. Inside handoff, Echeverry. Boy, Tyler Echeverry stood up and slammed down right at the point of attack at the 41-yard line. He gains a yard, stops the clock with a minute 55, and as we said, it's going to come down to a 3rd down and possibly a 4th down conversion play for somebody to hold on and win this game.
You can go play that lottery at this point? You've just seen too many football games is what it really comes down to.
Yeah.
Fascinating situation here too, because if you're Mount Union, this is the biggest decision that coaches toy with is 3rd and 6. The other team is out of timeouts. Do you run the ball and punt it deep in their zone and depend on your defense, or do you give your quarterback one time with the ball in his hand to try to make a throw of 7 yards? And the one thing, even though Noah Boudry has been unbelievably effective, the one problem that Mount Union has had is really that intermediate passing game all afternoon. And that's exactly where this is at. And it's a very dangerous zone of the field, too.
Here we go. Crowd again rises up. Big play. 3rd and 6. Purple Raiders at the John Carroll 41-yard line. Mount leads it by 6 with a minute 55 left to go. Baxter split twins left. Sanders to the right. Fake handoff. Boudry keeps it. Boudry, push it. He's got the 1st down to the 33-yard line. Noah Boudry with his legs seals the deal for the Purple Raiders. Can't tell you how strong and determined to run that was by the young man, Noah Boudry.
What an afternoon for him. It hasn't always been through the air, but all of his big plays in this half have come with his legs, and man, he's earning a spot for himself in Mount Union lore with that run right there. Now on the afternoon, 15 carries, a net of 93 yards, 16 carries and 93 yards, and he's in the best formation.
Victory formation. They'll need to snap it 2 more times. We're down to a minute 18. And now you can finally breathe a little easier here as Mount Union looks like they're going to escape and go to 2-0 and get ready for Baldwin Wallace 7 days from today up in Berea.
And that's going to be a dogfight.
That's going to be a dogfight now because you're going to be coming off the emotional high here today and they'll have to get ready to do it again 7 days from now. 48 seconds left to go. They'll have to snap it one more time. Boudry takes a knee. 40 seconds left to go. And what a way to start the home season in 2024 for Mount Union. They will escape against the arch rival Blue Streaks of John Carroll.
By the way, it's going to be 2-0 next week against 3-0. Baldwin Wallace a winner today, 55-21.
Final 15 seconds left here. Boudry takes a knee, and that will do it. Bierman, Coach Start will line up. It's a very quick handshake, and the final seconds will run off the clock here at the University of Mount Union.
Sam, when you think about the fact that Mount Union trailed at one point early in this quarter by a score of 28-25, and they come back to win the game with 9 unanswered points, and then John Carroll follows with the 42-yard field goal. But this is a huge win for Mount Union. Not easy for them all afternoon. John Carroll made them work, and the last time that these two foes will meet on the football field for the foreseeable future as John Carroll moves to the NCAC. And what a way to end what has been just a classic rivalry over about the last 10 years. It's a shame that these two won't meet again next year, because I think you said it a couple times there at the end. You will not see a better Division III college football game than what you saw today. Two great teams, two great coaching staffs, and you'd wish that they're all this good. But Mount Union, really, if you look at the rest of their schedule, we've heard BW's pretty good, and we've heard good things about Marietta, and the rest of it could be pretty simple for Mount Union the rest of the way, but they take care of business today in their biggest game of the year.
They most certainly did. Your final score, Mount Union 37, John Carroll 31. We'll take a break. The postgame is coming up next on 1310 WDPN. Streaming live at Q92radiosports.com.
For over 80 years, Bonford Glass has been the expert when it comes to glass. You can count on the professionals at Bonford's for the latest techniques in glass repair, like the Aegis windshield repair system. The Aegis system can repair small chips in your windshield before they grow into big headaches. This revolutionary process takes less than an hour and can easily restore your windshield to its original strength. In fact, the Aegis windshield repair system is so effective that most insurance companies will waive the deductible and cover the entire amount of the repair, saving you and your insurance company up to 80% of the cost of a windshield replacement. The Aegis windshield repair system, just one of the expert repairs from Bonford Glass. They'll help you save money and make your windshield safer. Bonford Glass. Call 330-823-0450 or stop by at 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
Gear up for game day with Grinders Above and Beyond, the spot for tailgating fun. Grinders has everything you need to make your pregame experience unforgettable. Join us for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and get a taste of our homemade tailgating favorites. Planning a big game gathering? Let us handle the catering. From sandwich platters and homemade chips to soups and salads, pies, and brownie samplers. We've got all your tailgating needs at Grinders Above and Beyond.
When it comes to heating and cooling your home, quality always takes precedence. Being warm in the winter and cool during the summer are necessary for Ohio's extreme weather. At Harding Heating and Cooling, they recognize your needs and hope to bring comfort to your home. They are the Rheem Pro dealer for the Alliance area. Serving the area since 1975, Harding Heating and Cooling does everything for your comfort. With transparent pricing, 24/7 emergency services, comfort is just a phone call away at 330-823-8461. Visit Harding Heating and Cooling online at hardingheating.com.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Sure, we're all about Stark County, but did you know we have express fixed routes to Akron and Cleveland? Just take Route 81, that's Akron, or Route 4 to Cleveland. shop, eat, sightsee, catch a game, or visit that other Hall of Fame. We also take veterans to their Wade Park appointments for free. Plan your next trip to Akron or Cleveland, and SARTA will get you there. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Visit SARTAonline.com/smart.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
We return back in here to Carroll Stadium. Final score, Mount Union hangs on 37-31 over John Carroll. John Bozica, Sam Burke went along with you on AM 1310 WDPN. And we're going to look at the highlights from this afternoon that got us through to a crazy ball game that ended in Mount Union winning by a final of 37-31. Everything got underway with 7 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Mount Union punched it in first.
Quick pass, right side caught. Cooper 10, Cooper 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Union.
A little screen out there, right? Followed his blocker the rest of the way, and simple play. 13 yards, touchdown, and that's a great way to open the game if you're Mount Union. They made that look easy on that drive. So well contained, and it was the big tight end, Drew Sims, through that kind of closeout block there on the right side, Sam. Really, really nice football play. John Carroll would respond just a little over 2 minutes later. Nick Felter had one great afternoon, and it started like this.
3rd and goal now for the Purple Raider 5. Felter in the shotgun, back to throw. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to look. He's going to throw. Got a man wide open. Touchdown, John Carroll. And look who it is, Evan McVeigh.
So Evan McVeigh and Felter hook up, but then John Carroll added more. Start of the second quarter, 5 seconds in, and the Blue Streaks were red hot at this point in the game, and Felter found his second favorite target of the day in Montgomery on this pass.
John Carroll on the move right to left now, away from the scoreboard. Felter back and throw. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown. Holy cow. Tyron Montgomery in the back of the end zone. Beautiful post route. Felter hit him in stride. John Carroll 13-7.
Mount Union came back, though. Began a big afternoon for their tailback in Tyler Echeverry. And his game-breaking afternoon began like this.
There's Echeverry around the left side, 35, 40, 45, 50. There he goes. Tyler to the 40, to the Blue Streak, 30, 20. Goodbye. Touchdown. Purple Raiders, 65 yards. Tyler Echeverry. It's a 14-13 game. The Raiders are right back in it.
John Carroll would score again, though, in the first half to go ahead 21-16. And again, it was Felter.
1st and goal, John Carroll. Boy, we got to keep him out here. 1st and goal, Carroll at the Purple Raiders 6-yard line, 1:06 to go. Felter rolling to the right, steps back, looks left, looks, fires, caught, touchdown. Nobody within a country mile of the tight end. Rawls, touchdown. John Carroll, 20-16 Blue Streaks.
It would be 21-19 going into the halftime break as Mount Union's Yvonne Merrick would add a field goal before the half to make it 21-19. But then the Purple Raiders, they got the ball to start the third quarter, and they went to work with a great drive, capped off again by their tailback.
Boudry hands it off to Echeverry. Big hole time. There he goes. 40. Breaks the tackle with a 30. Echeverry to the 25 to the 20. He's gone again. Touchdown, Mount Union. 51 yards. Tyler Echeverry to the house. 25-21 Raiders.
John Carroll would take their final lead of the ball game on this next drive when Felter again for the 4th time.
Backs are split again. Play action. Felter to throw. Got a man. Touchdown, John Carroll. Crossing route in the back of the end zone. Part of it. Hauls it in, and the Blue Streaks are on top 27-25.
Then Mount Union would put the final 2 knockout blows on the board, one by their quarterback at the 13-16 mark of the 4th quarter.
First and 10 Purple Raiders at their own 47-yard line. Mount trails it by 3. Play action. Boudry's in trouble. Noah's going to scramble. Noah's going to run 50. Noah's to the 45 to the 40. There he goes, 40, 30. He's to the 25. Go, Noah, go. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Noah Boudry from 53. And the good guys are back in front, 31 to 28. That's how you answer a touchdown drive.
Yeah, the good guys would never look back, as Sam called there. And just for finishing touches, Tyler Echeverry pads his stats at the end and closes the door on the blue streaks of John Carroll like this.
Second down and 7 Raiders. Boudry hands it off right up the middle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Tyler Echeverry. It's pay dirt. Big run, big 6. Touchdown Raiders. 37-28. 4:56 left to go. That is huge.
Purple Raiders would surrender a field goal to John Carroll, but in the end, it would be a scramble play on a gain of 7 yards by Noah Boudry that would cap things off at the end and allow the Purple Raiders to seal the deal, and then put a couple knees on it at the end. And Mount Union, in front of a crowd of 4,500 people today at Carroll Stadium, improves to 2-0. We'll take this final timeout. You're listening to Mount Union Purple Raiders football on AM 1310 WDPN. Purple Raiders a winner today, 37-31 over John Carroll. Sam and I will be back to wrap it up with final stats and the rest of the story after this.
So here I am in line at Papa Gyro's. I order the Gyro Supreme. Suddenly, the lady behind me chimes in.
It's pronounced gyro.
Then the fella behind her says,
"It's a gyro."
I turn my back and I finish my order. I also need a large Grecian salad, some baklava chocolate swirl, and a Cajun gyro.
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 Okay. So no matter how you say it, you're not far from a Papa Gyro's.
For Pete's sake, it's Papayitos. Find the Papayitos closest to you at papayitos.com.
Where's Pete?
Hello, Purple Raider fans. Chuck Moore here, former Mount Union running back, four-time national champion, and 2001 Ghilardi Trophy winner. Are you facing some major financial events, things like retirement, marriage, divorce, or selling a business? We at Markham Wealth understand, and we can help. Call 330-564-8590 or visit www.markhamwealth.com for a free consultation.
Neither tailored services nor the background of your financial professional should be construed as a guarantee of a particular outcome. Past performance does not guarantee future results. All investing comes with risk, including risk of loss. Markham Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
Hey, man, good to see you. What brings you out here today? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new kitchen cabinets, countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson's Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard plumbing registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park, or visit them online at robertsonkitchenandbath.com, where amazing meets affordable.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Not sorta smart, SARTA smart. Did you know we have 32 fixed routes? Just think of all the places that'll take you. So many of your SARTA destinations to shop, eat, entertain, have fun, learn, and earn. Catch any of them at our 4 transit centers. You'll find them in Alliance, Belden Village, Canton, and Massillon. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
Final time we return back in here, Carroll Stadium. John Bozika, Sam Berkwin, along with you on the post game. Mount Union a winner 37-31. We'll look at the final numbers, and then I'll turn it over to Sam for the last time. Purple Raiders, man, what a ball game today. 19 first downs apiece between them and John Carroll. Total rushing yards for the Purple Raiders. 36 times they toted the rock for 268 yards. JCU, 26 carries, 77 yards. Difference was in the passing game for John Carroll. They had 325 yards passing and 4 passing touchdowns. Mount Union had 214 passing yards, just 1 passing touchdown by Noah Boudry. All in all, 482 total yards by Mount Union, 402 by John Carroll. Penalties in the game, John Carroll penalized way more times than Mount Union. 9 for 63. Mount Union 2 penalties in the game against them for 15 yards. And all in all, even though John Carroll controls the time of possession by almost 7+ minutes, 33 minutes to 26, they end up on the short end of the scoreboard. John Carroll was in the red zone 4 times. They scored all 4 times. Mount Union was there once. All of their touchdowns came on big plays with the exception of really one. John Carroll at one point was 5 for 9 on third down conversions. They ended the game after that point 1 for their next 6, and they finished 6 for 15 on third down. So John Carroll, despite converting those early in the game, Mount Union's defense stiffens at the right time. Player of the game, if you ask me, Tyler Echeverry, 13 attempts, 176 yards, 3 touchdowns, a long of 65. His backfield mate, Noah Boudry, 16 attempts, 93 yards, a big 53-yard touchdown run, huge at the right time. Boudry threw the air 15 of 19, 214 yards and a score. He threw 5 to Jerry Cooper for 54 yards, 3 to Nick Turner for 89 yards, including a 60-yarder on the go-ahead drive late in the game, or the game-sealing drive late in the game. Tyrell Sanders, quiet afternoon, 3 receptions, 47 yards. John Carroll, their story, their quarterback, Nick Septenfelter, 31 of 41, 325 yards, 4 touchdowns, threw him to multitude of different targets. Hit McVay once, hit Montgomery once, hit Rawls once, the tight end. All in all, one great afternoon for the Division I portal transfer into JCU in Septenfelter. He keeps up that the rest of the year. He'll be in line for a first-team All-Division III football by the end of the season. Sam, it wasn't easy. It wasn't pretty, but Mount Union 2-0 with a 37-31 win over John Carroll. And, man, it was hazy there for a minute.
It was. A couple of thoughts. One, good news, great game. Mount Union wins. Bad news, we don't get to see this again.
No.
Yeah, that's a darn shame. That's a darn shame. It was the one, and I'm. Please don't take this to be condescending. Anybody, please. The world we live in today, everybody. The Mount Union John Carroll football game was the epicenter most of the time, every season, whether it was here in Alliance or up in University Heights. It was a packed house, whether it was the first 2 weeks of the season or if it was week 9 or week 10. Especially at the end, there was the buildup. You made your way through the OAC, but Mount looked at John Carroll. John looked at Mount. All right, this is the measuring stick of how good we are, how good we think we can be, and how far we can go. Going to miss that. We're not going to see that again. And folks are out. People have asked you. They've asked me, well, will they play each other in non-conference? No, it's not ever going to happen. So this was it as far as the regular season matchup between these two schools. Again, it's a shame we won't get to see it again. Folks on the other side won't get to see it again. Division III college football fans won't get to see it again. And I just think it's too bad.
Well, and you think through some of the great games. Do you think, as I said earlier in the broadcast about 10 years ago, Anthony Meglin, local kid from St. Thomas Aquinas, comes in here and he ends up on Sports Center the next day because he throws a late game touchdown to win. Just, I think, a year later, Lou Berry with the
strip sack 6. Yeah, another Sports Center play.
Yeah, the play of a lifetime by Lou Berry. And now today, I mean, you talk about a way to end it. You talk about, things ending with a celebration of sorts. This is about as good a football game as you'll get between these two. And I think we questioned coming into the afternoon, Sam, how good was John Carroll after a loss to Whitewater? They're 0-2. Their chances of making the D3 playoffs at this point probably slim to none unless they run the table and literally beat everybody down. But Mount Union, with the exceptions of Marietta and most likely BW next week, they've cleared their plate and they've found their lane now to 10-0 and potentially a number 1 seed, potentially a home game throughout the playoffs until they get to the national semifinal. This took care of a lot of business today.
It sure did.
And,
it sure did.
Next week is going to be a tough one. They go up to B-Dub, and I think you said it right before we came back. The emotion of this, that's the big question going into next week. How does Mount Union and Coach Dart handle this week, knowing that next week B-Dub is going to be riding a high. They're going to be 3-0, and they're going to be thinking, hey, John Carroll was this close. We can get him over and get that win and position ourselves for the playoffs. But Mount Union's cleared their path. This was big today.
Yep. I would expect, I don't think I'm crazy for saying this, I would expect both Mount and John Carroll to win the rest of their games.
Yeah.
Regular season. But, hey, it's going to be I almost said hornet's nest. It's going to be a Yellow Jackets nest next Saturday in Berea. Mount Union, Baldwin Wallace, John and I will be there with the call next Saturday. Don't forget, it's a 2 o'clock kick right here, 1310, and of course, Q92radiosports.com. Real quick, couple of scores I want to pass along to you. Ohio State did beat Marshall 49-14. Florida beat Mississippi State 45-28. That's a huge win for the Gators. Ah, yes. James Madison 70. North Carolina 50. That's the final. NC State rallies but falls way short. Clemson 59. The Wolfpack 35. Cincinnati put a shiner on Houston today. The Bearcats roll over the Cougars 34-0. And Kentucky had their way with Ohio 41-6. That will wrap things up here at Carroll Stadium on the campus of the University of Mount Union. Purple Raiders, big win here today by the score of 37-31. Former partner John Bazika, Ryan Rainsberger back at Command Center. Thanks for listening, everybody. Sam Berkman saying so long and have a great afternoon from Alliance, Ohio. It's a Purple Raider winner, 37-31. So long, everybody.
AM 1310 WDPN thanks you for listening to today's broadcast of Mount Union Football.